How long can you survive in Kenshi playing as the weakest faction? Today I decided to put this challenge to the test with the Fogmen, a Kenshi faction composed of only the most fragile, weakest, lowest stat units in the game. In addition to having horrible stats, the Fogmen are universally hated by almost every other NPC in the entire game world, and almost everyone will attack you on sight simply for being alive. You can't even trade with anyone or do business, because no one will even take your money since they hate you so much. And you have to steal everything if you want even simple food or clothing to survive. Your only potential allies are just other Fogmen, all of whom live in this secluded valley on one corner of the map. Almost all Fogmen are useless and terrible and have just about nothing to offer, other than the ability to simply eat anyone who wanders through their homeland, which is, to be fair, why they are the most hated possible faction in the game. They have lower limb toughness on every body part, they're awful at combat, and in general, the only things they're slightly exceptional at are running away and being beaten. What would happen if you tried to run a campaign as a whole faction of these exceptionally terrible individuals? Today we're gonna find out by starting out a campaign as Kenshi's most hated faction, the adventures of the Fogmen. Okay, welcome everybody to Kenshi. New game. Today we're gonna be playing a custom Dead Hive start. Play as the Fogmen Prince in the Tower of Fog. Begin. Alright, we're gonna be spawning in as 28 Fogmen. I just have to customize my characters, give me a second. Most of them are exactly the same, they are all terrible, equally. Okay, we've just spawned in as our band of terrible Fogmen. I'm just gonna pause time for a second, let's take a look at our squad. These are our homies, and we have 27 Fogmen, 27 terrible Fogmen. They are just about all seemingly identical and bad. Let's take a look at some of them now. They have very low stats on their body parts, only 50 on each. Yeah, 50 head, 50 chest, 50 stomach, 50 on each of their limbs, and 50 blood. These guys really don't have very much going for them physically. We do have full stomachs to start, so fortunately we are not hungry to begin with. And we are led by our Fog Prince over there. You can see him, his head looks slightly different from the others. He is simply stronger than everyone else. He has 75 on each body part, except he too has only 50 blood. Well, he is slightly better than our other Fogmen, but not by much. But he's gonna be our leader today. Alright, so let's take a look at where we are on the map. We have spawned in. We are on an island out here off of the mainland at Tower of Fog. This is probably one of the worst places to be. And there it is. Look at it. It is almost nothing. There is practically nothing here. Let's take a look what is inside of the Tower of Fog. Go in, Fog Prince. Alright, in addition to our main squad, we do have other Fogmen in here. We can recruit them. These are the only people that like us. Everyone else, I mean everyone else in the entire rest of the game world hates us. The only other place where Fogmen live is here in the Foglands, of course. And just this terrible, awful island we started out on. How are we even going to get to the mainland? Well, let's not think about that for a few seconds. We've got some more Fogmen to recruit, of course. What we lack in almost everything else we make up for in numbers. Talk to. Fogman. Ree. Alright, I have just about nothing to say to that. Ree. Alright, welcome to the team. Let's see if we can get anyone else to join. Ree. And what about you? Ree. We should be able to get some of them. Yes, one has joined us. Okay, we have a new member to our Fog band. Let me just see how many of these guys I can recruit. Let me just keep talking to them. Ree. Alright, you will join our squadron. We have a number more of these Fogmen to recruit. Go outside with the others. We have nothing to offer, so we're going to need a lot of bodies to throw at, well, just about everything that's going to try to kill us. This is Kenshi, after all, and the world is a very dangerous place. Let me see how many of you I can recruit as companions. Some of you don't want to join, but, well, some of you do. Here, welcome to the team. Come on in. Alright, let me just finish up in this fog tower. It looks like there's a couple more Fogmen around, some of whom I can recruit, and we'll see how many numbers we can get, because we have to get off of this island. It is a terrible place, and there is no food here, and we need to eat or we will die. Let's go to the mainland. So it begins. Just as the fall of a single snowflake gives way to the cacophony of an avalanche, so too the gathering of many tribes commences with only murmurs, vibrating into existence, singing themselves into life and being. Okay, we have gotten just about all of the Fogmen that we could recruit in our squad now. Let's get going, boys. We have got a big river crossing to do, and we have gathered up just about all of the Fogmen, 47 of them total, and we are already getting hungry. We have got to make it to dry land, and we are going to have to figure out how to get a meal somehow. What lies in store in our new life on the mainland? Well, probably a lot of suffering, I'll tell you that. It looks like Fog Prince has already demonstrated his superiority with his incredible swimming prowess. He is slightly better than all of the other Fogmen who are lagging behind him. We don't have completely nothing to start. Everyone is spawned in with an iron stick, and that is, well, it is just slightly better than nothing. Yep, every Fogman seems to be carrying an iron stick at his side, but otherwise we are completely just naked. What about you, Fog Prince? Oh, you actually have a ninja blade in your inventory. You are slightly more well-endowed. Oh, I seem to have spawned in with my own head. That's just an in-game item. We can simply ignore that. I won't be able to sell that either because no one will trade with me. Oh, it looks like we've got some beak things over here. We have to avoid those. Let's dodge those. We're going to have to land somewhere else in the water. This is not safe at all. We have to avoid that. That could kill us. Okay, we have reached dry land. We are just shoring up here, and let's get someplace safe. It is very dangerous here on the shore. There are beak things that could try to kill us, and they probably will if they find us. We need to find some way up into the hills here where it's safer. It's like D-Day, but for, well, we're not really doing anything heroic or noble. We are just sort of desperately attempting to survive, and almost everyone wants us dead. Okay, I think I see... Nope, there is a gorilla up there. Let's try to find some other way to safety. Maybe we'll simply wait it out. Okay, we have just made our way a little bit inland here into Hiver territory, and here we spawned in. It was way too steep over on this side, so we had to come inland a little bit. And it's dangerous over here. Almost everything wants to kill us, so we had to come down here to the desert. And we are just having a very peaceful desert crossing right now. Well, it's not really peaceful. It's extremely tense because if anyone sees us, we will be attacked and probably most of us will die. So we need to lay low and not be seen by anyone until we are somewhere slightly safer. So we spawned in here. The ocean crossing was very deadly, but we are just about ready to run up and into the Foglands, of course. It will be safer here when we are among some of our own people. So I'm just going to elude any threats here. I have to keep an eye out. It is very open here, so it's easy to spot things that would attempt to attack us. And this is terrible. It's awful. We're going through Shek lands. We need to avoid them because they are way stronger than us, and they would probably end this entire playthrough if even one of their patrols sees us. So we have just dodged to the side of Admag. Let's avoid that hive village. Just go north of that. Here, everyone, go northwest. And we have reached Vane. But we can't stay here very long either because the wildlife is very deadly and probably also wants to eat us. It looks like there's someone with a lantern over there. I'm also going to avoid them because, well, that's not very safe. Let's just wait for them to pass and stand over here in the dark. All right, we just dodged past the Hiver villages and we have made it here to the edge of the Foglands. Look, everyone, the Foglands. Now, normally this is a terrible place. You can't see anything in there because it's filled with terrible Fogmen cannibals. But fortunately, right now for this playthrough, those are our favorite people. Well, they are our only people. So we have no other friends. Here's a nest right in this spot. Let's go ahead and see. How are the other Fogmen doing? There are their torches, and there's a few of them roaming around right now. Let's see if we can meet a couple of them. This is such an odd playthrough. I can actually meet my own Fogmen. We can actually recruit them. That's pretty great. All right. Well, let me see if I can make up for our lack of everything with just more sheer numbers, although this is more mouths to feed, and people are starting to get hungry in our crew. We've got about 30 hunger used up since we started, and we need to find a meal for everyone soon, and we have absolutely no way of getting it. We can't even buy anything at the store, so we're going to have to figure out how to conjure up hundreds of meals out of nowhere. This is no good. I need to figure out some way to make this work. Well, at least we have some place where they're friendly to us. That is nice. All right, in search of food, we have been roaming around the Foglands to see what might come about, and it looks like some of the other Fogmen are fighting these human mercenaries over here, so let's see if they manage to get any of them. Stand back. We don't want to get hurt. This looks dangerous, but this is potentially a means of survival for our gaggle of pals. It looks like, oh no, the Fogmen lost the fight. Fogmen are notoriously bad at fighting, but good at throwing themselves at a problem. Let's go back somewhere it's safer than here, which it is not very safe over here. There may be other opportunities for meat because we are still starving and it's getting worse. So commences the way of the superior man, to cultivate in himself a hunger, not only in the belly, but also the heart, a deep and longing desire to know the way. Alright, the following other Fogmen thing didn't really work for getting food, but what about following goats, you might ask? Well, potentially this could work. No, don't come after us, goats. We are not the threat. Go after those other Fogmen. Yes, good. Go after the goats. Maybe we can get some of the slain goats. No, run away, run away. This is unfortunate. Actually, the goats are doing pretty well in combat here. Goats are, as you may know, fearsome warriors, and it looks like... Oh, there is one down. If we just send... Nope, stay back, men. Let just one of you handle it. Are we able to claim any of this goat meat? Alright, but only 7. I mean, we're going to need a lot more than that. I can probably grab some of this, except there are so many goats and they're so aggressive. There's really very little to eat here. This is no good. We're going to maybe need to find some other solution, because how am I going to feed this many men? They're getting even still hungrier by the minute. Alright, tell you what, I've decided to leave the other Fogmen behind someplace safe. They can all stand over there in the darkness. Nope, don't chase after anything. We're sending out Fog Prince on a special adventure. Now, he is just a little bit faster than the other Fogmen. What is he running now? 23 miles an hour. That is a pretty good speed for the world of Kenshi. I know that sounds ridiculously fast. In Kenshi, that's decently good speed. It's nothing exceptional, but it's definitely not bad. Let me just dismiss the other Fogmen, tell them to go someplace safe. Fog Prince is going to head up here to the city of Mongrel, which is located in the midst of the Foglands, and we'll send everyone else someplace where they won't be maimed while we go on a secret mission. Alright, yes, there it is. You can see it looming above the Foglands, where it is safe from, well, us, honestly. There are so many of us down here. Alright, look, I am approaching the city gates. I don't even have the option to talk to anyone. They are just simply attacking me on sight. Please leave me alone. I know it's not going to make a difference, though. Let me just run, and I have to dodge them. They are trying to slash me with swords, but unfortunately, I am actually pretty quick because that's... well, it's one of the only things I am even just decent at, but I'm gonna need to be very careful here inside the city because, oh no, I've got the whole armed forces coming after me. I need to be very careful here. Alright, I have infiltrated a bar and almost the entire town patrol is after me, all for some bread. Okay, look, we've got some Gohan over there too. That's rice. I'll take that. It looks like there's a little bit more in here. Committing crime. I have no other way of eating. Oh no, the doorway is almost completely blocked. I'm going to need to make a rush for it. And whoops, didn't see me go. I guess I was too fast for you. Alright, let me go rejoin the other Fogmen. I have bread and rice. I have so much to offer to my tribe. Although, unfortunately, this will not really be enough to feed just about anyone. Well, it is food. Okay, I've managed to get outside the city. We've got some escaped holy servants here. Maybe there'll be something nice on them. Whoops. Looks like I've actually gone into my community behavior here, trying to tie them up. Oh no, look at my other horrible Fogmen just being slaughtered mercilessly. Let me... Oh no, Fog Death Yard 387. My own people are being just deleted from the face of the map. Let me go back to my men. Brethren, I have food. I've stolen the escaped holy servant's gear, so I finally have clothes. Look at me. I am so exceptional in my shirt and pants. Let's just go ahead and give some of this food to the other Fogmen, and I guess Fog Prince will do a lot of the fighting. I got a little banged up on the chest and my arm here, although the hunger, well, I did a bit of eating on the way back, so now we've got an up chevron. I got a little bit more too, some medical gear, even some building materials on my way out. Got some of that raw meat from before. I mean, this will feed, what, 4 or 5 guys, but I've still got like 48 mouths to feed. I'm gonna need to keep making trips. This is no good. There may not be enough food in Mongrel, and they really don't like me in Mongrel, and they know my face now. Oh well, too bad. I just have to keep going back, I guess. Alright, I'm back in Mongrel. I've slipped in, and this time I went to the Traveler's Store, and look what I got. It's a scavenger's basket, and I got more building materials. We need to get some useful stuff. I am grabbing whatever I can with both hands. No, don't stay and fight, Fog Prince. You already got hit on the head and the chest again, and you certainly can't survive any more of their flurry of blows. This is no good. I have got the whole town after me. Let's get out of here. Fortunately, the Fogmen off over there are very safe. All right, we are back to the group, our gaggle of pals, and I've actually given Fogman number 2 the scavenger bag because I can't be weighed down by its heavy contents. I've got a little bit of food in there too, some building materials, and most of the Fogmen are still starving at 243. We might be able to turn that around a bit, but I don't want to send any more than one person into the city though, because most of us will die if I send more people there, and Fog Prince is getting a little bit more athletic right now. He's been running so much, he's getting, look, he's now running at 24 miles an hour, so he's running faster. I mean, maybe we could just keep running back and forth from Mongrel. They're going to run out of goods at some point though. I may need to figure out something different, at least something that may scale better, but for now we are getting a little bit better, and you gotta admit, it is inspiring to watch this guy keep returning to the city against all odds when he's basically living like it's GTA, just running out with everything he can get his hands on. Alright, I've decided to take a brief detour from the Foglands to move toward the Holy Farms. There is the Holy Nation settled here in the Fertile Valley, and they also, much like everyone else in the game world, hate me and want me to die. But you know what? I think that's their problem. They have a lot of food here on the farms, and they're not very well defended. We may be able to get food from here. It is not going to be pretty if a raid comes along. Let's see. No, most of you stay out there. You will not survive this. Just let Fog Prince go in. What do we have in here? Let's see. Hey, everybody. It's me, Fog Prince. All right, let's see. Do they have anything? Raw meat? Not anything very good. What about in this barrel? What have you got in here? Okay, it's mostly just raw, unprocessed food, animal carrying backpack. Okay, a little bit of bread, that is decent. That's something, we could take that. Oh no, alarm raised. What about in the bread basket? Oh no, it's mostly just cotton and fruit. Stay away, other Fogmen. Most of you will die if you come in here. This isn't safe. All right, a little bit, but we gotta get going again. That was no good. You know, we just couldn't stick around there for very long. Those farmers are very dangerous, and they would like me to be dead. So instead, we've decided to just come back to the Foglands for a little while. We're still starving, but we decided to, well, we're gonna practice running so that we can escape faster if we have to, and hopefully get out before anyone hits us, because that would be quite terrible. Collectively, you know, even though that Fog Prince is running at 24 miles per hour, the whole squad is keeping up at 22 miles an hour, which is pretty quick. We could be a little bit faster, but I think we could just do some speed training intervals here and maybe get a little bit faster so that when we have to arrange our next heist, I mean, who expects this to come knocking at their front door? This is crazy. Look at that. And it is relatively safe here. Okay, so we're just gonna train our marathon a little bit longer and then probably go back to stealing things. The development of the soul of the magnanimous man must be as the hewing of a great oak to the heart of a warrior. In all things, seek hardness. Only in the act of laying cement to high walls can the builder cultivate the flowering of a great bush in the tranquility of his garden. All right, we have been doing a lot of running training because we need to all be able to run in and steal things very fast. Although I have started to run into a few problems. We have gotten faster. We were just running at 23 miles an hour. It's gone back down now to 22 because we are starting to starve to death, and that is no good. Starving to death is not my favorite thing. And 194 and dropping, 195. These guys are pretty hungry. A couple of them have had a meal. Fog Prince had something, but even he's pretty hungry too. This is not looking good. We have nothing to offer, and we have no way of getting enough food for all of us. I mean, we might be able to keep a couple of us alive, but right now it's looking pretty bad. We're getting pretty hungry, and we're not improving at running fast enough to be able to steal enough food that we would survive. So I may need to make an alternate plan. I have a very good idea, though. I think it will be unexpected, but improvisational. Okay, call me crazy, but hear me out here for a minute. We are all currently starving to death. It is not looking good for us. 189, hunger, and dropping. Those are not numbers you want to see, but we could come here to rebirth. Now, almost everyone in the entire game world hates us, but what if the people who hated us wanted to keep us alive? That's right, we're gonna get enslaved today. We are going to the Holy Nations labor camps, and we are going to just jog right up to the front entrance and I guess offer ourselves. Here we go, just take us, put us under your command. We are here and we are ready to get to work, I guess, because otherwise we'll die. Just try to block yourselves for a minute. Unfortunately, some of us may die. These Holy Nation warriors are far stronger than our Fogmen, and as they maim us, they're probably going to enslave us, and that is too bad, but hey, in the world of Kenshi, if you get enslaved, that is unfortunate, but also, they do feed you, so, I mean, we're really between a rock and a hard place right here. This is no good. We are all just being beaten, but it's okay, you know what? In Kenshi, when you are beaten, you get tougher from that. So we're getting tougher every moment, and we're about to be enslaved, and then they're going to give us a good meal. Well, it won't be a very good meal, but it will be a meal. Where is Fog Prince? He is unconscious because he has just been beaten. Hang in there, Fog Prince. You and, well, some of you will survive this. It looks pretty bad right now. They're going to need to bring us to the cages, but you know what? They're going to enslave us, and then they're going to take care of us, sort of. Well, they're gonna keep us alive. Oh no, some Fogmen are losing their arms. Some of them are dead, I think. Yeah, they killed at least one guy. Oh well, that is pretty bad. But, you know, it's always darkest before the dawning. Fogman has been enslaved. Okay, they are claiming us. Good. Fogman has been enslaved. There we go. I am shackled. There we go. My first enslaved Fogman. They've confiscated our weapons. I guess that was a piece of it, but, well, they weren't doing us very much good either. Just keep us alive. All right, it looks like a couple of us have been put behind bars. They should take good care of us. Look, he's healing me up. He's bandaging my wounds, and look, they're even feeding us. Not very well, but they are feeding us. They're going to keep us on the brink of starvation so that we can't escape for a while, but that's okay. And look, everyone is getting enslaved. Isn't this such an unexpected happenstance? Okay, a couple of us are dying, but that's okay. There's a lot of us, and, well, I mean, it's terrible, but, you know, most of us will live. There we go. All right, everybody else getting handcuffed and put behind bars, but, you know, we're eating, and I guess that's what's important right now. All right, let me just wait for all of these guys to get put behind bars, and then we will catch up in a moment. Just as a lesser man would shun the yoke of a cage, it is the way of the superior man to seek out discomfort. Say it with me. It's a sign of the most learned disciple. Every time my master flogged me, I was able to cry out, "I love being beaten." All right, we have all been enslaved. Everyone is looking tied up. We have our new pants that they've given us, and everyone is, I mean, we're not full, but, you know, we're not starving to death either. They do feed us because they want to keep us alive. So there is Fog Prince, and right now all we have got to do is everything we're told. Unfortunately, quite a lot of us did die on the way here, but we've still got some of our squad left. I mean, we would have died anyway, so hey, look on the bright side. Now that we're here, they're going to train us in our stats, and we will grow. We have already been growing since we've been here. Fog Prince had slightly better stats than the rest of his squad to start, but now that we are here in the labor camp, we will be trained in toughness. We are going to be beaten a lot, unfortunately, but you know, I mean, with it comes grit and determination, I suppose. We'll also be training in laboring. We're going to have to do a lot of mining for the Holy Nation. It looks like we're all starting to, get those yellow lines from starving. That is, you know, too bad, but you can see that it's hovering around 100 right here. That means no one will die. And also our athletics, presumably from running around so much. Let's see, here's one Fogman right now, and he is not as tough as Fog Prince. He is just not really quite as good in any way as him, but, you know, he's training his athletics from running around in here. Let's get a look at that. He is at 49 and rising. If we speed up time from just running from task to task, he's gonna keep developing from being in this labor camp. So, you know, on the outside, being enslaved in Kenshi might seem like the worst thing that could happen, but for right now, considering that we were starving, it might be just something we have to go through if we want to come out the other side. Oh, and in the meantime, while we're up to that, let's go ahead and try picking these locks. Let's unlock our shackles. Right now, while I'm in the camp, I can get some much-needed practice at lock picking right here. Where is it? Yeah, thievery, lock picking skill. Look at me go. My skill was at only 5, but every time I try to pick this lock, my levels are rising. I managed to pick myself out of my shackles. Now, I'm going to keep them on because I don't want to arouse any suspicion right here, but let's go ahead and see if we can unlock ourselves from this prisoner pole. Pick lock. See, my chances are already rising, along with my lock picking skill increasing. I'm getting a lot better at this. Level 7, we keep getting better. Just look at me go. All right, some days have passed here. We have been living in the labor camp, and we are struggling. Many of us have just spent the time completely tied up because there are so many of us. They hardly even know what to do with us. They can't even keep track of us all. Here's one right now, another Fogman. Every now and then someone escapes and gets attacked, and that raises toughness. But you know, I mean, otherwise it is fairly predictable. We are just going from assignment to assignment right here. We are doing a little bit of labor. Looks like we turned around from there. This guy is just doing my duties, doing my job, nothing to see here, and I mean, we're getting in that good athletics training. Look at me go. My bar is rising, and my belly is staying relatively full. Well, not really full, but it's enough, sort of. Well, I mean, some people get skills. Other people just sort of have to sit in their cage all day, and that is not quite as good. But hey, you know, we can use that time to pick the locks, and that is, well, I mean, it's a skill to have for later on, eventually, when it comes time to escape here. So lock picking has also improved, level 12 here on Fog Prince, and you know, I mean, at the very least, we're all together. Yeah, I mean, that's about all I have to say for that right now. Let's just continue. We have to keep enduring this for a while, and I mean, they're saying mean things to me, but, well, I guess we just have to learn to turn the other cheek for now. Okay, I've managed to get Fog Prince free here. I have no more shackles on. I could be beaten, and maybe I will. I mean, I can't really run very fast. I have to go serpentine in order to get from place to place. No, please don't do that. Okay, I am slow, and that's because I haven't eaten anything in a while. But, you know, we could get... Where is it? There should be some food. Oh, no, not here, but... Yeah, there's some bread. Well, I mean, so much for this escape attempt. I'm gonna head back for now. You You got me. You got me. I admit it. I'm gonna get into this cage. Please stop hitting me. Well, we're slowly leveling toughness from this, and, you know, I mean, they have to take care of me because I'm really important to them. Please bring me somewhere nice. There we go. This is so lovely up here. Oh, great. You're bringing me to the rooftop. Nice. Well, they are healing me once again. Nice. That's great. Thank you. Thank you for that. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm going to see, am I closer to any? Yes, there is another barrel up here. Perhaps there's some bread in it. Eventually, I will need food to gather the strength and speed to escape from this place. Just not right now. I need to keep plotting my escape. Look at me go. I'm getting so much better at dodging because they've been trying to hit me. Well, not there. Well, I'll get right back at it soon. I have so many opportunities in front of me. Look, my toughness is now at 35 and still rising. Lockpicking, really improving. My dodge even too, because I've had to avoid being hit. There are just so many things I'm getting way better at in here, and I don't think anybody expected that. They will not see it coming when I escape. Okay, a few more days have passed. I managed to get some bread. Look at my hunger bar. It's going up now. If I manage to eat enough bread, I might be able to gather the agility required to get my way out of here. And look at how good I am at unlocking my shackles now. I'm getting even better by the second. Lock picking 21, 22, and still rising. It's unbelievable how quickly I'm improving. We have such a good chance now of escaping. I just need to make sure that there's enough bread around here, because if I run out, I may be trapped in here. But okay, what's the plan? I need to get all of these Fogmen free, but it's easiest if we just start with Fog Prince, because he can, you know, gain the skills needed in order to escape, and then maybe free the others once he's gathered up enough strength. But for now, they'll be safe in here, so I can get myself out and in as I please. I still have on my shackles. I've done nothing wrong. I'm getting back in. Nothing to see here. Alright, after a couple of preliminary attempts, I am recovering. Once again, my right leg does not look so good right now, but I managed to get some dried fish from one of the nearby houses, and soon I will be ready to escape. We just have to wait to eat a couple more of these fish because I need to gain the strength to run here, so we're gonna wait for our leg to recover, which it is, nicely, and we are gradually filling up with food again, so our encumbrance effect should be going down. There we go. Times 1.10, and that's going to keep dropping. Times 1.09, and that'll keep getting better. So our stat penalty will continue to improve, and we should get back up to 26 miles an hour, which is getting to be kind of fast. My athletics is now up to 62. My lockpicking is really improved, and even my thievery a bit. Okay, I've been ferried around from cage to cage. We're now at 24 miles per hour. And I am looking just about ready to escape here. My hunger is at 188 and rising. I have a stat penalty of 0.96x, which is pretty good. I think the time has come. I'm putting down my shackles. I'm going to pick the lock. Whoops, they're going to shackle me again. I'll just pick them again. Here, feel free to put them on me. Wait a minute, never mind. You snooze, you lose. I am leaving now. Goodbye. All right, I'm a free man. Well, not yet. I still have to get out of the camp. Am I able to run faster than the guards, though? Looks like I am. I'm running at 24 miles an hour. That is pretty quick. Goodbye, brethren. I will come back to save you. Well, most of you, I hope. And I am so quick. Look at me go. I'm outrunning the guards. There are more guards in front of me, though. It remains to be seen if I can get out unscathed, which is pretty important here. I am an escaped slave. I am crossing the bridge. Look at me go. This is no good. There are more guards on this side of the bridge, but I am just so fast on my feet right here. Let's just try to walk past them. Please don't get shot by a crossbow. Run that way. Don't get hit. Don't get hit. You have no medical gear. You just have a pair of pants and a shirt. I'm making my way out the front gate. Goodbye. Okay, I guess they had no hope of catching up to me. Guards, guards. I'm free. I'm free. All right, they're still pursuing me. Escapee, arrest them. They've escaped. All right, well, I feel sorry for you. I just made my way out of the camp, and it looks like I managed to outrun just about all of the guards. I unfortunately have no food right now. I'm running at 25 miles an hour. I have to decide where to go next because now I am free, but all of my friends are still enslaved, and that's no fun. Well, at least I can feed myself. That should be not so bad because I'm just just one mouth, and look how far I've come. I gained so many skills while I was living in captivity. It was really hard, but I grew through the whole terrible endeavor, and maybe something nice will happen now. This I learned in adolescence. Each transgression, though it may taste of sweat and perhaps unbearable agony, I say this to the universe: thank you for this lesson. I say even to my captors, thank you for the hospitality. To myself I say, oh, it looks like that they're still chasing after me. I've just got to get a little bit further away here and get them to lose my tail. They're coming over the rocks, but I'm getting close now. Although right here, we still are in the Holy Nations territory. Who am I kidding? Everyone hates me, but it's fine. I'm really fast now, and I have a full stomach. I need to keep that going, though. All right, this is no good. I have to go to the city of Stack to get some medical supplies here because I have nothing, and I did get hit on my right arm, and that's not going to heal by itself, so I'm just going to go head into this bar, see if I can find anything. There should be some... yeah, there we go. Basic first aid kit. This is the type of thing I need. I've got that. All right, maybe I'll grab a little bit of food. I see some dried meat around here, dried fish. I'll just grab a little bit of that and then make my way out. I imagine that you didn't see me. I'm not going to stick around for long, and I'm leaving. I am way faster than all of you just because I have to be. All right. The Fog Prince Bandit has struck again, and I am just so quick. Let me run away with my very fast feet. I am with food. I have more food even than I need. This will get me back nearly up to 300 full hunger bar, and oops, you are very quick too, but I am faster, so let me run further away from you. All right, I got to stop at a little holy farm along the way, and just about no one likes me by the look of it on this map, but what else is new? Our inventory is starting to fill up with some useful items. We've got our basic first aid kit, a food cube, and some bread, and our stomach is full now. And we're just recovering here. I have made it to the valley where bandits spawn. Maybe I'll improve my toughness more, because there's a great spot where you can build toughness over here. So I've got to get to work building up a really good Fog Prince, because how else am I going to save all of my friends? It looks like one more of them died in captivity. I have to save at least some of these guys if I can get my squad going. What did I tell you? I am going to begin my training right here. I am dodging past these hungry bandits. Let me just, of course, put my food down on the ground. I don't want them to take it in case if they knock me out. There, they won't see it. I've hid it somewhere. And if we just keep doing this, we will start to train up our dodge. You can see that's improving. And if I just let them hit me, I'll get more toughness when I try to get back up. So let's train a bit of that. I want to get a little bit better at combat just so I can survive a few blows if people try to attack me, especially while I'm disarmed like this. I have almost nothing going for me, but I am very resourceful. Look at me go. And he's down. Our friend is down, but it's okay. I will get back up and I'll get tougher from this. All right, let's see. We'll get up from unconsciousness, and my toughness just rose right before your very eyes. Once again, in Kenshi, toughness is a little funny, but it rises when you try to get up around people who are attacking you or just being hit. So it is... well, that's the way it is. All right, let me go gather my food and eat again and probably recover from this. This is no good. I'm getting a little bit desperate here. I'm still hungry and I don't have enough food, so I've come to the Hiverlands for bread, and they didn't like that too much. Enemies must be erased. Look at these people. They look almost identical to Fogmen, and yet they still don't consider me one of their own. It is too bad. I am going to just cry over here for a few hours while I hopefully lose them, and we are still quite terrible, but I mean, it's getting a little bit better. I've at least got some bread to eat now. What's in my inventory? Food cube bread. All right, this is getting better. This is no good. I desperately need food, and I need to go to the Shek Kingdom in order to get some, because no one likes me, but these cities are not very well guarded. I'm just gonna grab a couple more things here, but I think I've got to get better at something other than running, because, well, anytime they see me in the day, look, they're all grabbing their swords and hitting me, and that is just not great. We need to keep training. We need to get good at, well, something. No, please don't hit me. I need that arm. Alright, I've returned to Vane where there are many hivers over there, and look, those guys don't like me at all, so I am sneaking around in order to get better at sneaking, of course. My sneaking was not very good, but if I just stand here and let's speed up time a bit, look how quickly my stealth is rising. It is going up so fast. My stealth was only 5, and now it's 6, level 7, and it's still rising, level 8. I just have to keep walking around in a circle like this around a bunch of NPCs, level 11, 12. Oh no, some of the Garu saw me. I need to run away, and then I'll come back and sneak again later. I'm just going to do this to speed level up my sneak so that no one can detect me. Alright, it looks like I lost the Garu. Let me turn back on sneak, and whoa, my sneak is going up just so fast. Look at how quickly that number is increasing. Level 16, this is fine. Level 17, and it's still going up. Let me just do this in the total safety of way over here where no one can see me. And there we go, level 19, it's still rising. Alright, I've got to get back down to the NPCs. It's a crazy way to level your sneak. I was not that sneaky before, but look how sneaky I am now. I'm running like Naruto, I'm so sneaky, with my arms behind my back. I am now at level 86 sneakiness, and it just keeps getting better. Well, it's kind of leveled off here. My sneakiness is not really improving anymore, so I think I'm gonna go somewhere else. Almost no one can see me. I cannot be seen, so I think we should go back to Squin and just take some things. Look at the way this man is moving. I can hardly even tell that he's there when he runs like that. It's just so unexpected. It's as if nothing happened at all. Go, Fog Prince. We're all rooting for you, even though that hardly any of us can see you. It is the lot of the uneducated man to strive, chase the wind. He might tell himself, not knowing this. For the will of the magnanimous man, there is no try. To himself he might say, be the wind. Alright, I have returned to Squin, and I am running with arms behind my back. I'm not very good at assassination yet, but let's see. Can they see me with the... Unfortunately, they are able to see me with their eyeballs. I'll have to come back later on tonight when I have the cover of darkness to obscure my movements. Give me just 1 minute. I'll be right back. Darkness has fallen, and I return under the cover of its blanket, and it looks like I have a slightly better chance at... Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Well, I can't assassinate these guys, but I would be willing to bet you that I can get past them without being seen. Let me just see. Am I sneaky enough? Oh my goodness, I am. None of them saw me walk right past them. I am a sneaky boy, and I need to stick to the dark right here. Maybe I can come in someplace unlocked. I need to stay in the shadows while there are sheks around. No one can see me over here. I just need to keep being careful. I'm going to break into a store. No one will expect it. I have infiltrated the confines of the Shek General Store, and I have a 90% chance of picking this lock. You know why? I spent a lot of time in prison. Alright, I am going to loot and score. First aid kits. Some of these can be mine. Where is the real good stuff, though? What I'm looking for is a sleeping roll, and... Okay, this lock is much too dangerous to pick, but can I get experience on it? That is actually quite decent, and it doesn't cause a rumpus when I do it. Hang on a minute. I bet that there are more good things to be had up the stairs, and I'm just so sneaky, I can hardly even think that anyone would be able to notice me as I climb this way up the stairs. Let's go up a little bit further. Ah, jackpot. What is there to be had herein? Alright, we have more locks to pick. This looks fairly simple for me. Ah, amazing. Sleeping rolls for the having of. I can have all the medical supplies and bedrolls I need. Alright, we have returned. I have gotten some supplies. Squin was pretty good for me, and I have returned to do the thing I intended to do. I am here at the plains where there are these large groups of roving bandits, and look how sneaky I am. They can hardly even see me in the middle of the day. But we are going to just put our food into our backpack, and we'll leave that to the side so that they can't take the food, and then we'll just remove the bag and put that on the ground. And I'm going to cause great upsetment amongst these men. Hey, who wants to have a fight? And just like this, look, I'm coming in here and I'm disrespecting you all. You can't even hit me. I'm so dodgy. Right, let's let them hit me a bit, and it's okay. I'm just gonna let it happen. I've got 65 seconds, and then as soon as I get up, my toughness will rise by an unfathomable amount. All right, unconscious, 1 and 0, and my toughness already at 40, and I'm just gonna grab my backpack. I have to slightly recover, but I'm gonna keep following around this group of hungry bandits, and I'll gain like 5 or 10 levels every single time I get up, because just look how many of them there are. I gain so many toughness levels from that. Let's put down a camp bed, and I'll sleep by them menacingly as I wait to be beaten by them again, and then show them how tough I've become. Nope, it's okay. Leave me for later. See you later. See you in a bit. All right, I am asleep in Skinner's Roam right here, and we are now at toughness level 54. So we are coming along a bit, and we are getting stronger and tougher and tougher, really, as we allow ourselves to be beaten and then try to get up near lots of people. That's what raises your toughness in Kenshi. Oh, look, here comes a pack of wild bulls right now. Maybe I can be beaten by them so that I can raise my toughness again. Hey! I mean, this is obviously not a very good idea. I'm gonna wait for another group of angry peasants. I think that they're better to train on. But I think soon we should be able to rescue maybe one of our friends, because it's getting a little bit lonely out here, and I am getting better at holding up on my own. I mean, look at all the stuff I've got. I have no one to share it with, though. Alright, it wasn't a very long trip from there. I am tougher, I am sneakier, and I am faster. I have returned to free, well, just one of my friends today. I can't get everyone, but let me sneak around. Look, no one can see me. I cannot be seen. I can hardly even see that I'm myself am on the bridge because of how sneaky I am. Look at me go. Wow. And I'm gonna head down there. I'm gonna save one of my friends. I'm gonna be the savior today. Unseen, I have managed to make it over to my first Fogman friend, and look at him. He is so hungry and he is beshackled. Alright, let's just have him free himself for a moment. Even if he escapes, look, his speed is terrible. It's only 10 miles an hour. It's sad. He's not freed himself like I have, so let's just have him take off his own shackles. He's still terrible at only 13 miles an hour, but the Fog Prince is at 26, maybe even 27 miles an hour. I'm gonna have Fog Prince pick him up and... Alright, that still isn't very good, but that's a little bit faster. Fog Prince, you're running at 16 miles an hour. Run away, Fog Prince. You have your friend on your back. I'm leaving with my friend. Alright, can they catch up to me? They slightly can catch up to me. That is not good. Alright, I'm going to need to run Serpentine to get out of here. I need to be very careful. Let me turn off sneaking. Oh, wait a minute. I can run 24 miles an hour. I was trying to be so sneaky back there, but I can just outrun you all. I'll be taking my friend somewhere else, somewhere safer, and then I'll be coming back for the rest of my friends, but just simply ignore me. I am really fast. I'm not sneaky today, but I am pretty quick. And am I gaining any strength from this? Not really, unfortunately. Oh well, that's too bad. I'm still getting better at athletics, though. Oh, this poor other Fogman. He's so light from having not eaten at all, and I'm still running at 24 miles an hour, even with my friend over my back. All right, let me bring him to freedom. Freedom. Woo, freedom. Walking for miles, I looked behind me and observed only one set of footprints. A lesser man might give in to dismay. I am all alone, he would weep. But through cultivation of great strength, my footprints deepened. For my friend was not standing beside me. He was on top of me all along. I called him this, my best buddy. Alright, we've returned to Skinner's room. Me and my new friend, we have to get this other Fogman up to speed with ya boy, so we're gonna go ahead and train his toughness too. Just get in there, other Fogman. Let's see how he does with this. Let's send Fog Prince off. Fog Prince, you go do something somewhere else. Let our other friend handle this. Here we go. Just allow yourself to be beaten by their flurry of blows. There we go. Good for you. You're unconscious for only 4 seconds, and look, his toughness is at 16, and when he gets up, since there's so many NPCs around, he is going to... Oh, wait a minute. No, I guess we gotta have Fog Prince down, too. Alright. I guess I'm gonna have to train them individually here, because Fog Prince... Well, Fog Prince is actually starting to do martial arts on the Hungry Bandits, and that is no good. You can't be winning these fights, Fog Prince. You have to allow yourself to be beaten. It's the stoic mindset. Alright, come on. Try to get up there, Fog Prince. Fog Prince is already at toughness level 69 just from all of the looting I've done in the desert, or rather training. Well, you are getting better, Fog Prince, but your terrible friends remain, well, terrible. He literally has his face in the dirt. I feel sorry for this man. He needs to toughen up, literally, here. I'm just gonna keep training these guys, because this is not a proud way to hold oneself as a prince, really. Give me a minute, I gotta keep training. Alright, well, life is still quite bad, so I have decided we need to rob the way station because you know why? They have things we need. And everyone hates us and they won't even give me a fair chance, so I am just stuck here, so we need to, unfortunately... Oh no, I'll have to come back and try this again another time. Just act like you didn't see me, I'm so sneaky. I just have to go grab some building materials, but I have to make as if none of that ever happened. I'll be back in a couple hours. Alright, I've managed to acquire enough building materials to start the construction of an outpost here in, well, honestly, the middle of enemy territory. Your outpost in the middle of the Holy Nation, but, you know, they have good farmland, and I deserve this. They're not doing anything with this land after all, so we've got our building materials here. Let's get to work, Fogman, and we are, well, we're still in need of, what is it, 3 more building materials? Yeah, we can get that stuff, and then we can start to set up a home, because, you know why? We don't have any food, and we need some way of producing our own, because everyone hates us, and we can't buy it like normal people. So, I mean, it's a hard knock life for our guys. That being said, I think that this is a decent spot. We've got river on all sides, pretty much, except over here. And that's okay, because that limits the number of walls we'll need. Well, not really, but it does look kind of cool. I think we just have to go on maybe 1 or 2 more trips to grab some building materials. I'm going to have to perform, unfortunately, another heist, because no one will sell anything to me because they hate me. But then we'll have our very own shack. That's right, a terrible shack, but it's our terrible shack, and that's what matters. Once again, by the cover of night, I am a sneaky, sneaky guy, and I have managed to make it once again past the guards without anyone seeing me. That is honestly quite crazy. I'm going over here to see if I can grab some... Are there building materials in this place? It's locked. Oh well, aren't you a master lockpick? Alright, 90% chance of picking the lock successfully. Let's try that again. Yes, success. Open the door. Everything is fine in here. Let's see. Oh, awesome. Building materials. Let me grab some of those and put those into my backpack. Yes, score. Even more of them in here. Oh no, the alarm has been raised. It's okay. The building materials are practically all mine now. I am leaving. With this, I start my new shack in the middle of your land. Ha ha ha! There's practically nothing you can do after all, because of how sneaky I am. Look, they won't even notice me leaving. They didn't. Only one man in the town, and it's too late. The guards, they noticed far too... They outran us. Amazing. I have acquired my building materials. Look at me go. I have completed my shack, my terrible shack, and we at least have somewhere to live now. We had no home. And now, well, we're just out in the open, but I mean, oh, we'd better run. It looks like there's a patrol over there. Let's abandon our home. We'll come back later when they're gone. The danger is afoot. It is the thoughtless way of the rabble to seek more and more and more. For the man who lives a life of filial propriety, one might look around a bad neighborhood and proclaim to himself, all this is enough. And we're taking our first steps towards self-sufficiency here. I've got the Fog Prince over there. He's planting. Look at this. We've got a green fruit farm going up here. And, well, there's still a lot we need, but we're going to be getting up a tech research bench as well as a well in order to water our crops. But this will be the beginnings of food self-sufficiency, which was really the main thing we were missing before when we were just living out in the wild with our Fogmen. So if we can get all of this stuff, then we might be able to start saving our Fogmen brethren, which, well, we can take care of one, but we've got to get ready, because, oh man, it looks like even another one of them perished. We gotta keep building the base. You know what we've gotta do. We require more building materials, and you know where we're gonna get them? From somebody else, because we don't have any way of getting them, and they won't even let us buy them. They won't even take our money, so we have to take them. I don't even want to have to deal with you, but you know, I have got other things to do. More building material here. Let's grab that, and yep, I need that, and then I'll be leaving. Don't mind me, I'm getting out of here. Please stop hitting me, but even if you do, I'm very fast. I'll probably run away. Alright, I'm bringing these home. See you later. Okay, we've managed to get up the materials for a tech bench, and we can begin research next. This is really momentous. We are recovering here. I'm putting everything else down. We've got some just useless crap on the floor. Cotton, wheat, straw, and there is still so much to be done. We have the vegetables in the ground, but we need water, so we still require more building materials. Soon we'll be able to get our own building materials mines up, though. so we just need, well, it takes building materials to make more building materials, so that's next on the menu. All right, it's day 31, and I am coming back from a lot of errands, and we are getting up the last iron plates I needed for this. Look, it's a manual stone processor, so now we can take raw stone from this mine we created over here. Raw stone. We put that in, and we create building materials. We just poop those out, and then we can put those into future projects, and we can use all of that to create a well to get water to irrigate all of our crops, and then we can take the green fruit and cook it. We just need a stove. And then we can actually get, well, food self-sufficiency going, which is super important if we want to start bringing over more of the Fogmen. So let's get all of this in the ground, and I've got the other Fogmen researching here. We've got a lot of important stuff to learn about makeshift walls. We are going to wall ourselves in because it will be very dangerous. People just keep coming over, and, well, there is very little to prevent them. These guys stopped at the river, but there is, well, we have no defenses right now, and that is no good. All right, we've turned to Rebirth to get, that's right, the best at labor among the Fogmen here. Who got the best at labor? It's this guy. He doesn't really have a name. He's just some guy who happened to be very good at laboring. He is laboring level 62, so we need him working for us and not these terrible Holy Nation people anymore. Let's pick him up out of his cage, and I'll be taking him. Leave me alone. I have nothing of value for you. All right, it looks like I can just run out of here scot-free. I am so fast and so slippery, and they cannot get to me. And it looks like our friend over here is very hungry. He's starving, but, well, we have more important jobs. Go, Fog Prince, the second of your friends to be freed from the labor camps. All right, we have crossed the bridge, and it looks like we are getting back to safety. Cool, now we have 3 squad members. All right, we just drop off our friend, and he can get right to work here for us instead of the Holy Nation. Now, he is getting water out of the ground. Look how hard his hands are working, and he is going to grab that up, and then we should have enough water for our green fruit here. Now, we want to expand this vegetable farm, because right now it's still a small vegetable farm, as denoted by that S. But we can get it up to medium and large, and keep growing to get more farms, and feed even more Fogmen. So in the meantime, let's just keep our Fog Prince and our other Fogman here recovering, and we will gradually amass more of our followers, but then we're going to need to defend ourselves because this is all very vulnerable right now. We have returned to Rebirth to liberate, that's right, yet another man. I have snuck in the dead of night, and I'm taking him on my back. Who do we have here? Not quite as good at laboring, but it's yet another Fogman for our cause, and he will soon be very hungry, so we have to get him out of here and get him a good piping hot meal. So let's get him out of Rebirth. I seem to be getting even sneakier. Look, with a man over my back, I cannot even be seen. I stand corrected. I am seen. Well, when I am seen, I am at the very least, while conspicuous, more rash, and I can get out faster. So here I go. I am escaping once again, unscathed. All right, this is no good. We've got some Holy Nation guys wandering around our base, but, you know, that's on them because this is their land. I am getting out of here so that I can get some plates. We need to build a wall to keep them out, and, I mean, otherwise, we've just got to get out of here, man. Get ready. Okay, well, we're just going to have to be beaten for a bit while I acquire those plates. I'll be right back. To all things in life, I say yes. The best things come in 4s. The 4 cardinal directions. The 4 elements. The 4 senses. And being punched in the face 4 times. This is the way of nature. We have once again come to everyone's favorite place, It's Mongrel, where I have demonstrated yet another of the things that I'm really good at, among them being beaten, but also running away. We've got the plates in our inventory, and this is probably more than enough that we'll need to start up our very own iron plate industry in our terrible land, so that we can stop being beaten and get good at other things. So tally-ho, and away we go. We have returned plates in hand, but look at this. There are some river raptors who attack us because they want our fruits. Look, they're eating the green fruits. That is no good. We were supposed to be the ones eating those, but these terrible animals are taking them from us. It's okay. It's making us get even slightly better at being beaten. We're still not very good at all at just about anything else, but, well, whatever. You may strike us down today, but it means we will rise only higher tomorrow. My friends, it's working. It is working. We have got our manual iron refinery going up now. Now with 6 required plates, we are making the plates. Look at us go. We've even got an iron node right there, as well as, do we have another one there? We have at least 1 iron node. Beyond that, we have a wind generator going up. We need copper, more iron plates, and of course, wind is a very valuable ingredient. We need some wind to get this thing going, and we are going to get some power going. And then we'll have all the industries we need. We'll have building materials. I mean, in theory, we'll have iron plates. We'll have power to get it all going, and the farms themselves. And then we can start to build a wall around us, but we just needed the baseline to begin with. Now we have the labor, and then we get to the defense. And where else would we go, of course, but AdMag in order to acquire the stuff needed in order to get that plate industry going. Let's go in, because among the many good things that I am at life, running away, being beaten, also taking other people's building materials when needed. There we go. Let me just loot that, and I will be right back at my base. Oh, look at me go. I have got all the materials I need to get my wind turbine going here, and I just need some wind. A number of these Holy Nation patrols have just sort of come through. I've hid many of my men in the river where they won't be seen. For some reason right now, well, someone fainted, but Fog Prince seems to be doing okay, at least under cover of night. It looks like they've got a fight with the Black Dragon Genin ninjas, and they mean business, these guys, but they're fighting the Dust Bandits and the Holy Nation. We've got the convenience of several factions fighting here, so we are just hanging out in the water, while Fog Prince elusively constructs the rest of the base here. Simply ignore me constructing an entire power network while you fight amongst yourselves. That is the logic of Kenshi, people. We have to get something going to defend ourselves from these madmen. All right, the turbine is complete. The wind is turbining, and that feels great. Oh no, some of them are coming into our outpost. Well, we don't really have anything to offer, so feel free. Keep fighting each other, though. And maybe we'll take some of the gear off of these people that you downed over here. Okay, at last, we've got some building materials from our stone mine going, as well as our iron processing facilities going here. And look at this, we have got our farm and now a stove of all things, which required power, but now we have that power, so we can get water and green fruit and use that to make our very first delicious plate of cooked vegetables. We have eaten our first meal. Huzzah! Good things are on the horizon coming for us. And it looks like we've got the next harvest. Just ignore that war leader Dust Bandit running away. We had to, well, we exchanged his clothes for ours because we needed them. And it has been a really tough life out here. So I feel sorry for this man. I hope he finds a better life somewhere else. But things are getting a little bit better for you and me here at our base. And we have gone back to rescue one more Fogman. Look how skinny he is. That's because he has been starving for so long. But he might get a nice fresh plate of vegetables here. He is going to be in charge of this iron refinery, and at last, just ignore everyone being passed out. They'll recover eventually. We have a few sleeping spots. I should probably put them in bed so that they can relax and enjoy not bleeding to death on the ground. And they will be all better soon enough, I'm sure. We just gotta get them to recover, and there goes one right now. All right, we are beginning to upgrade one of our vegetable farms. We've got a second one up now, and we're upgrading one to medium so we can start ramping up production. And we will soon be, hopefully, food sufficient, because people are still pretty hungry over here. What are you at? 192. Our Fog Prince is at 238, so he's got a good, nice number of meals in him. We've got another Fogman at 147, another one at 167. We're still pretty hungry over here, so things could be better, but, you know, our industries are improving, and we've got materials coming out now, so that is nice to see. And we have so few options. I have come to a holy farm where I am actually stealing some cotton. I'm going to plow the cotton from right underneath their noses. It looks like I just failed right there. Can I get some of this cotton, please? Am I even allowed to loot? Yeah, there we go. This cotton is mine. All right, I just need to finish farming your cotton. Look, it's a sign of my dominance. I will farm your cotton right in front of you, and you have nothing to do about it. Or maybe they just don't notice me here. Give me a minute. I don't think they're too... Nope, they're not too happy with me. Never mind. I'll be back. I got a lot of it, though. And I'm gonna get away with it, too. All right, this is great. We've actually got a little cotton farm going with all that I got from the Holy Nation. We've even got Fog Prince right here wearing some amazing Dust Bandit armor, and he is really happy. He's standing on top of the cotton, and who wouldn't be happy standing on top of a whole field of freshly plowed cotton? We now have a nice set of industries. We still have 0 defenses, but, you know, we can just hide in the river and avoid our base when people come. I mean, it's not a very permanent solution, but hey, it works for now while we're getting things set up. We have to keep moving on this, though. From the first year the sun shone, there was the dominance hierarchy. The administrator holds the highest of positions. The nobleman, its middle. At its base, the lowly peasant. In these matters, the best man is like water, for he goes beneath, and in this foundational placement, he benefits all things. This is no good. We have suffered at the slings and arrows, the hands and the feet, the teeth and the claws of our sworn nemesis. For right now, it's still just the river raptors. But fortunately, Fog Prince is tough enough that he can survive just about all of these, and I'm going to put all of my men in bed and take good care of them. I mean, this is how we get tougher. From being terrible, of course. I have to recover, though. I'll be back in a minute. As for food, the situation is stabilizing. We're still quite hungry, though, unfortunately, here. This is also not good. Apparently, there are some bandit demands on the way. I'm not sure if this is them or if it's another. Yeah, they might be over there, I think. And they mean business. This is no good. These bandits really meant it. They gave us a thorough, sound thrashing, and, well, then they just left. The Dust Bandits just like to fight people, and then they leave you alone. It's not the Black Dragon Genin who actually take over your base and use your turrets against you. So, unfortunately, right now I am unconscious, but when I wake up from this, I'll be back to normal in no time after I recover and take care of myself. But for right now, it just looks quite bad. All right, recovering here. I need to send out Fog Prince a couple more times. We want to be self-sufficient in our base, but people are just really hungry. Look, this one Fogman is at only 81. His hand is just sticking through his head, and he is, well, they actually faint from time to time if they're that hungry, so I need to send out Fog Prince to go get us another meal. Go away, Fog Prince. I don't have any food you're looking for. I'm looking for it just as well. All right, we are starting to get all of the iron plates we need, which is great. Oh no, it looks like one of our Fogmen got hit by a Holy Nation patrol. Let me just pause for a moment. I wanted to show you all of the fantastic walls I'm planning for around the base. This is going to take a lot of materials, and it won't be easy, but by the time we're done, all these patrols will stop hitting us every single time. It looks like Fog Prince is getting into a battle. Of course, once we resolve all of this, which is a gradual process, but that is the plan. We are going to build walls around the base itself. I've actually separated ourselves out into 2 squads now, one for the people here that we've rescued, and one for the people still in rebirth. As for the rest of the base, we have got up this fantastic gate now, so we will soon have some place where people can come and go. The rest is just going to be straight wall. No one comes in, and no one goes out. Oh, this is awful. Even the friendly scripted events are starting to turn against us. The Beast Trader has arrived, and he's scripted to want to be friendly to us, but he hates us. So that is too bad. Even the people who were supposed to be friendly are terrible and hate us. That's too bad. Well, we're getting up the rest of the wall bit by bit so that no one has to even see us. Don't look at us. It's gonna be a little while. I think when we can block off this front part in the water, they'll struggle to path in, but yeah, for now, we are still just, well, we are struggling. This is no good. There are hungry people coming into our base, and we will have no more of this. We have got some walls going up here. They keep attacking us, though. Well, we're making progress. Progress is being made by us. Hang in there, Fog Prince. Just keep fighting people off while you keep stacking stones on the perimeter. More Dust Bandits continue to arrive, but the wall has made extensive progress here. Extensive progress being made. So we can actually take out a couple of these guys, even with a training backpack on. This is making me even more enhanced in my learning ability, as it is a handicap. Look, I have subdued multiple raiders now, and the wall continues to go up. We have almost one whole half of wall. Can you even believe it? I sure can't, but it's happening anyway. We are at day 44, and look how large our wall has gotten. You can hardly even get in from this side. Where would you get in? I can hardly even see where. Well, maybe over there or over there, but those are just the gaps we still have to fill. Well, it's not really so much of a gap, it's a gaping expanse right now, but it is getting better. And it is time for yet another jailbreak. It's jailbreak time. Let's get Fog Prince and his pals to liberate yet another person. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have any pals that can come with me because I am clearly the greatest and the fastest. Wait a minute, I need to renegotiate this. I'll be right back. Folks, we've done it. We've freed another man, except he's just been stricken down by an escaped servant, and that is no good from the Holy Nation Outlaws. Unfortunately, even these, who are basically the good guys, they don't like us either. Almost no one likes us, but, well, we like each other, or at least we tolerate each other, so that's getting us by. Now, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 men on our side, and yet another has joined our ranks. Amazing. I can, unfortunately, not tell them apart very well, though, so he's just another guy, but he's our guy. Our special guy. So it is with all worldly matters we concern ourselves. To build a great wall. What is all this? To feel safe from our adversaries? This I tell you, before he has even begun, the enlightened builder asks of himself, even before the laying of the first stone, for what matter was all this? If a crow could fly overhead, what better solution than a wall would it be to merely dissolve? Alright, we've reached day 48. People continue to hit us, but just ignore that. The wall is nearly complete. We are so nearly finished right here. We just have to patch up a couple of other gaps. It does appear that we got into a road, so that is not really convenient. But hey, they can't get in anymore, so that's their problem, not ours. Alright, look at us go. Day 49, and the wall is finished. Oh, the wall. All right, now this part is a gap, but just ignore that. No one can get through there, so no one cares. Same thing over here. The rest is, let me assure you, perfectly walled. Well, maybe not perfectly, but it is walled, and people aren't getting in or out of here, and that's what's important. Well, they are, but only over here, and here comes one guy right now. Are you coming in? And if you do, you will suffer immensely. Nope, I guess not. Never mind. Have a good day. And this is no good. Sheks are making fun of us outside of our walls, hiding away behind the safety of your walls, weakling. I expected more of you, enemy. Now, whether they are fighting for recreation or because they really don't like us is unclear. But let me tell you one thing that is clear. Either one, they still really don't like us. All right, this is no good. I'm going to run away because it is very dangerous to have these people here. I will be back in a minute. Everyone, run. Let's just go somewhere else. Don't fight them at all. All right, I've taken a brief detour. While our home is being attacked, I came over here to hang. Yes, hang, where I am so sneaky. Look at me, I'm still sneaky, even though I've been spending all of that time at my house. My skills simply haven't worn off. I am so elusive here, and let me go ahead and get some more artifacts from the store. We need them for research because there we go. Some nice artifacts over here. I will grab those, and these will help me with research back home. So I'm going to bring those back and use them for, well, for me. We need better technology, and look, there's a couple more, and we are doing great. Got caught stealing. I'm just going to run away, though, so no problem. Never mind. I'm leaving. All right, everybody knows that if you want to improve your technology, you need a bigger house. So we have got a small shack going up here on our base. This is slightly better than our... Whoops, this is a storm house, I mean. Our small shack was terrible and bad. We also, unfortunately, have a raid on the way, though, and that is no good. Look how quick they are, and there's a lot of them, and they all have weapons in their arm. That's no good. They appear to be very dangerous. This isn't great. We still, even though that we have a wall, we sort of lack defenses. We need a plan B. All right, the bandits were unfortunately very tough, and I just ran away when they came in because I don't want to die. So I put all of my Fogmen, here we go, Nameless 5. We are just hiding in the corner in the back because it's a slightly different, I guess like a reality bubble over here, and they don't sense us. So we are trying to avoid being seen. We pose no threat. You may take our food, but this is bad. We may not get this back for a while. We may need to wait for another hostile faction faction to come in and liberate us, and hopefully just both of them will take each other out, and we can throw out whoever's left. Frankly, it is embarrassing, but we just have to live through it. And this is no good. The Genin are actually still in our base because they consider it their home now, so they're just sort of inhabiting it, and that's not my favorite thing. So we're just sort of living over here on the edge, but that's not great because our hunger is eventually going to come back. We've got more time and fewer mouths to feed, so it's not as urgent. We could still just kind of like go through the countryside raiding, but I want my base back, and this is very upsetting. These aren't the strongest NPCs, but they are very assertive in their wants, and that is no good. Well, they wouldn't leave, so we've decided to just raid the countryside. We are going to the Holy Nation farms over here because these areas are actually quite poorly defended, so we can go in and get some food and continue to wait and watch to see if they... Nope, I'm not doing anything in here. I have nothing to do. I just, I forgot something. Let's get this meat. That will do. I'll come back in a minute. I just have to get enough food for us to survive for a little while. Alright, this is no good. The Genin have been in my outpost so long, I've actually had to set up another outpost here to the side because we can't move back into our own home. This would be like if, you know, your wife's boyfriend came over and just started taking over your house, and then you had to build like a dog house next door, and you know, it's not the best situation, I guess that is to say. I need to get these guys out of here, so I have no choice. I am left with very few options. I probably will assassinate the people around here. Let me just take off my terrible trader's backpack. Look at me, I cannot be seen. Wait a minute, you can't even look at me. Alright, I've got a couple shots of this. If this doesn't work, I can just run away and come back to perform my assassinations. You know, let me wait until it's dark out. The cover of night will give me a better opportunity. Yeah, 41%. Alright, I like these odds. They're improving. Haha, look at me go. Oh, I somehow got away without that one. Look at me go. I am assassinating you. Whoops, that didn't work out. Let me go over here. Act like that didn't happen. I'll be back later. Now run away, other Fogmen. This isn't a fight for us. Alright, I've got a 50% shot now. This is looking a little bit better. Everyone else fight him. I'll attempt to assassinate him. I'm an assassin. Alright, 50%, 50%. Here I come. Thunk. He is down. Let's loot his body. Look, he took all these plates of vegetables. Unacceptable. I will take his hat. And what is that going to improve? Perception bonus. Okay, what about ninja rags? Oh, my assassination skill. Look at that. 10% more. I get all these other stealth effect. Yes. Good. Alright, I'm putting on the ninja clothing. I'm going to gather the vegetables, and I have learned the ways of the superior man. Let me just put all these vegetables in my backpack, and look at me. I'm going to get a ninja sword, too. This is going to be so cool. Alright, good. We all got a fresh meal. Sit there. You deserve no better. You took over my house. Alright, now what happens when I go in for an assassination? Alright, these odds are a little bit better. 54%, 52%. They're going in my favor here. I just have to assassinate and then strip the clothes and all the weapons and gear off of these other ninjas here. No one's expecting this. There we go. I got another one. Let me take his stuff. Alright, I'm going to have to do this one by one for these Black Dragon Ninja Genin because there are just so many of them, and this is my only way of taking back over my house. Okay, somebody else take this pair of clothes. We're gonna be ninja Fogmen from now on, and run away from the others. We can't fight them en masse. In all matters, this is the best way. If your neighbor should strike your front, offer to him also your rear end. If a petty thief should snatch away eggs from your coop in the night, offer him also the hen that laid them. If wicked men should take up residence in your home, offer them also your wife. In time, they will learn. In this way, the magnanimous man goes beneath and benefits all things. Alright, ironically, I managed to turn our grave defeat into a massive victory. We've all got ninja clothes now, and we look so much more organized and cool. Look, here comes one of the Black Dragon Genin ninjas right now, and we are just striking him down. Your clothes are ours now. You take over my house, and honestly, I just can't live with that. He is unconscious now. Fog Prince is there resting because he spent so much time assassinating people, it's not even funny. And who else is around? It's just a bunch of guys in their underwear left over at my house. There's one right now. Looks like, nope, avoid those river raptors. You are no match for me. I have your clothes now and your weapons. You should have been nicer to me. All right, let's see. How many are left? There's still a couple left in the base. Let me just go stealth mode and take these guys out. There's like, I would say 5 or 6 of them. But look, every now and then it's just a guy, no clothes, no shirt, and I feel sorry for you. All right, I just need to wait here until nightfall and complete the last of the assassinations. Look, 78% chance. My assassination skill is now at 39. I'm so much better at this than I was when I started. I've got you. Let me take off your armor and weapons. Here we go. I'm just going to take you back someplace where you can do no more harm. I'll be taking those swords and your hat and your armor, and you will do no more ills with them. All right, I've got a couple more here to take out. 84% chance. Hua! Taste fist. All right, you also stole all of my vegetable dinners. This is unacceptable. I'll be back in a minute when I've undone this evil. Couple more of them wandering around. All right, the day is won. We've resettled our homeland. We're actually going to try to start upgrading the walls because we need to be able to fight raiders off. We can establish a perimeter, but we need turrets to, you know, fight people before they come in. We've got some just regular old river raptors right here. These aren't as much of a threat, but, you know, we've got better gear to deal with them now. We finally got back something. Well, we had no weapons before. Everything was terrible, but we look like something out of a martial arts movie. That's all right. Hang in there, Fog Prince. It's gonna get better for you. Well, it's gonna get worse before it gets better, but then it'll get better. And I'm still debating on how to do this, but now that we've got a couple of these wall sections up, I think I might try to build a gateway area just so we have extra defenses. These are always really useful in Kenshi because some factions just wash on your gates, and it makes me feel a lot safer sleeping at night. And look at this. We have actually got a fight going on outside. Now we've got one man on a turret over there shooting the UC and the Holy Nation right there. They seem to be having a fight outside, and I think that the UC is slightly winning. These guys in samurai armor are really strong. The Holy Nation paladins, and we've got some hungry bandits getting in there as well. This is a massive free-for-all, but, you know, we can just stay in here and shoot out and gain turret skill here. What are you? Turret skill 20 and coming along here. All right, so we're building up a little bit of turret skill manning the walls as well, which is nice. We're getting better and better every day at defending ourselves. I believe that gives us more turret damage or something, so I mean it's still tricky against these guys in armor, but it is getting better, you gotta admit. The liberation continues, and I have got another man out of the mines. I'm saving another life. You know, things are not doing as well at home though. We keep getting invaded, so I keep needing to add more bodies to the mix, and hopefully you get out of there, Fog Prince. You are extremely quick after this. What is his athletics at now? 86 and still rising. Amazing. We have returned, and as you can probably see, I have decided to rebuild inward this time, just so that I have more of a causeway from which raiders can attack me. I've also built these ramps up to our defenses, and look at that. You can see out and shoot people from above where you have an unfair advantage. But is it unfair? Well, I mean it is. We are the defenders after all, so we'll get a causeway of turrets that no one will want to come through when we're prepared. Now, on top of all of that, Fog Prince is significantly better at combat, so what I'm finding works is if Fog Prince just stays out there and we shoot from above. That way we hold the ground and we practice our turret shooting right here. I've assigned a couple of our squad members to this. We've got right now you there, Fogman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. This is number 7, I guess. Number 7 and number 8. They really don't have names. They're almost entirely indistinguishable. Around 20 in turrets, so we are improving bit by bit. Important, seeing as there will be many enemies coming from beyond to attack us soon. All right, we've returned from Rebirth, and we've got another Fogman freed. Look at him in those pants. Change your pants. No longer will you be relegated to days of servitude. Now, this is how they come hungry and ready for fighting. It looks like we've got a couple of the enemies have gotten in. They keep getting past the gate. This is no good. The door condition is low. Let me just handle this really quick. We keep dealing with these Holy Nation patrol, bits. It is no good. We have got to get stronger. All right, the situation is improving a little bit. I've got a lot of people on gate repair and 4 guys on turrets now. You could see 2 on each side. You are being pelted with turret bolts from all sides. Sir, You are unconscious. It looks like the gate is getting all nice and up and ready. And that's great. It's all repaired. No one ever got through. We keep scaling, and I have gotten yet another man. He is hungry, as you can tell by the yellow lines around him. But now we are able to feed people with all of these vegetables and some meat we've gotten. We now have a slight surplus of food. We are able to take in our own kind again. Get ready, it's time for another Hungry Bandit raid. They are coming and they want our food. We have it, we have just been talking about it, and they overheard us. Not so bad, we can successfully take out an entire Hungry Bandit raid now. So, no problem there, it's more just the organized groups of people. No more visitors, please. And one by one we keep adding them. Yet another Fogman to the team. Go get yourself, help yourself to a meal over there at our, whoops, we don't have any food left. We are making some food right now. We've just got to keep that food differential going. We are starting to get more and more farms here. And what kinds of farms do we have now? Vegetable farm L, another L vegetable farm, 3 large vegetable farms. We are cooking right here. And, well, we have enough food. It's still the defenses, but, you know, now we can scale up and then get even more Fogmen onto the turrets to defend us. It is typical for a pupil to ask this: of what should the diet of the superior man consist? Fruits for substance? Pork for vitality? To this, the greatest man says, all earthly foods are but a diet of crumbs when the greatest feast is wisdom itself. And they just keep coming. There's more bandits lining up outside, and I think that they mean business, but these ones I'm okay with now. It's mostly just the Holy Nation that we are struggling with right here, so, oh, I guess maybe not. Well, at the very least, that lets us just mind our own business inside. Oh no, I stand corrected. Here comes one now, and will he even make it to the gates? Let's find out. And... no! Hate to see you go down. And a bit of a research update. Always time for something a little bit smart. We've got Fog Prince right here. Look at how smart he is. He is so intelligent. I can practically see his brain jumping out of his head. We are researching now. Powered stone refinery, iron plates too, simple training dummies. We gotta get some maybe training going on here in the base and improve our stone and iron extraction from the ground because we still have so much more wall to work on. I mean, we've been doing a bit of it, but we could do better, I think. Keep working. Look how much we've improved these rocks. Wow, I can't believe how great they look. This is stone mine level 3. Not 1, not 2, but 3. As well as we've got stone processor, not 1, but 2 now. We just need more iron plates, but this is requiring power, and this should slightly improve our efficiency at everything. We've got a nice surplus of building material here, and we can start to think about upgrading bigger sections of wall as we go. I mean, we just really need the front for defenses, but hey, it looks nice. We have got another group of dust bandits calling us bad names, and let's see how we do against these people, because we have got, I mean, our defenses are set up. How is our best crossbowman doing now? Turrets, 21, 34, and what is your level in turrets? 32. Okay, we're starting to gain a little bit more skill, which I guess means we're hitting a bit harder. If we can take out, you know, one guy with one shot, that's pretty helpful, but let's see if we can just... well, we're going to shoot you. It's unkind to threaten me outside of my house, so I don't think I really like that. Let's fight these guys and see if we can do better. We've got... oh, nice. Good number of hits there. Looks like the bandits are taking a lot of damage here, and we have just got to protect our gate. The gate's still got pretty good health. Okay, as long as nobody gets hit from the other side. Yes, we're actually taking out groups of dust bandits now. It's not just hungry bandits. You will curb your banditry today. Look, 103, even on a Shek, too. Sheks are very strong guys. We've got you going down. All right, dust bandits no more, along with hungry bandits. That is one entire other faction I'm not afraid of anymore. And the gate still looks really good. Nice. I just got back from the prison, and we have got 2 more people. One of them, unfortunately, lost an arm while we were in the camp, so we're going to get him a mechanical arm or something. And our Fog Prince has actually just got on some Shek armor. We had to deal with some Sheks, so he's looking nice and cool. These guys, I'm gonna go send them over to get a meal, and we will get you fixed right up and working, because we need, above all, a lot of workers to keep these industries going. We have 6 turret men, but everything else behind the scenes is going pretty well. And with all that, we come to the last of the Fogmen in Rebirth. Goodbye, Rebirth. What a terrible place, but honestly, they did feed us, and, well, you know what they say about the evil you know. It was a terrible place, but it was our terrible place. Well, it wasn't our terrible place, but in a sense, it was, you know, our terrible place. So, we are now with the last of our brethren. Saved you are. Rejoice. On we go to greener fields and pastures new, quite literally. Because if we come to our base, the fields are looking really nice and green now. We've got one guy running over all of the food and stuff, some dedicated farmers, a couple of industry people. Well, we've put them on the sidelines just to get a food surplus right now, but we are starting to get a few vegetables here in the background, and we are well taken care of. Hopefully no one will come to take this. All right, everyone is nice and well taken care of in our base. Everybody's got a set of ninja armor. I can't believe we had so many, but it's only because so many people were living in our home for a while, and that was no good. Some of our, like I said before, are missing. Like, this guy has lost an arm, so we're gonna go get him a robot arm, because we've got lots of those around the Kenshi universe. And obviously, no one will let us buy them, so we have to do what we must and just go take one somewhere. So I am going to send Fog Prince on a mission today. Yes, a special mission. I'm thinking Mongrel, we have to get a, wherever it's easiest to get. I think it's an extra left arm we need. Yeah, we need one of those. Okay, we have made it to Mongrel, and as usual, no one is very happy with me. Almost everyone is trying to kill me, and that is too bad, but you know what? They have many of the limbs I need. I don't think this is the right arm. I'm probably just gonna grab a bunch of these. I may need a minute to just pick the lock here. Does anyone have an extra arm? Can anyone lend a hand? See what I did there? Alright, I may need to come back and just be a little bit stealthier. Never mind. I'll be right back. So a great sage once said, "When I first saw the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me. Therefore, my flesh is disgusting. I am, therefore, a grotesque being." So the great sage spoke, and in this, he took great contentment. Okay, I've brought back some limbs. I managed to get a scout leg while I was out there, and I mean, we've got a couple now. This guy had a right arm. I'm trying to keep track of who was who. This guy actually was missing both, so we replaced both with robot arms. And what have you got there? Let's take a look at you. You've got an industrial lifter arm, left specialist, and a skeleton arm, right specialist. So decent limbs. I can't really get things matched up, but I mean, these are pretty good. The places we've taken them from have been, well, they've got good stuff. Maybe we'll head out again. Fog Prince is a little tired. He's gonna take a nap for a minute before he goes back out. It was quite bad out there. Look at you, Fog Prince. Your sword is going through the bed. That's so threatening and dangerous. My friends, the day is 76, and I have returned, actually, this time to Skinner's room. Let's just keep you on block, hold, and passive, and you will unfortunately just have to do what you may be best at, being beaten. And your toughness is at only level 16, but right here, look at me. I'm gonna try to get up around all of these bandits nearby again, because these Fogmen really aren't very strong. But yeah, unconscious for only 4 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, 0. Get back up, try to get back up. Level 31, look, I'm getting so much tougher every second just by trying to get up around these guys. 36, I just gained like double the levels in only a few seconds. Getting up with more hostile NPCs around you just makes you tougher. It goes to show. Looks like I forgot my sleeping bag, but oh well. You can just hit my stomach, I'll go down. All right, I'm down a little bit longer here, but you get the idea. We need to toughen up these Fogmen, because anytime attackers get into us, it is bad. This is going to lower the KO point so that fewer Fogmen die. And that is important because we have a lot of Fogmen now. These are, well, this is all of us that survived, honestly, and it's not many, but it's still a lot. We must avenge our fallen brethren. Okay, we've got a whole workflow going on here. We've got a lot of farms up now. All this green fruit in the ground. Look, everyone is fed and happy. We've got a feeding thing. Whoa, look at all those vegetables. We haven't even taken a look at the vegetables in a while. There are so many of them. Everyone is cooking. Everyone's having a great time. Well, that's not true. Not everyone's having a great time. At the front gate, many of us are suffering immensely, but you know what? That's fine. Some of these enemies actually have med kits on them. We've just been picking up a couple of these, and everyone's getting equipped. You there, you still have both of your arms. Did anyone lose? Yeah, we got one lost arm right here, but it has been replaced with a robot arm. So cool. I know, it's amazing. Starting to look a lot more well-manned here. I've put, honestly, quite a lot of crossbows on. It was a little bit asymmetrical, so I just put more on this side. But these guys are dangerous. Watch out. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 crossbows aiming down at our front gate. So if you come in here, well, that would be surprising. You probably won't come in here at all. We'll stop you before you enter. And I'm just working to redesign this plan. We've got the front gate up. I put in a secondary gate again because I believe that we can aim beyond the grates of the gate itself. Try saying that 10 times fast. And we can just take advantage of a little bit more leeway in time so that it doesn't all come down to one gate. But this is a really defensible structure, so that looks much more robust than what we had before. Look how strong this gate is. The gate is done, and already people are trying to tear down the gate. You hate to see that. The gate, though, remains standing for now. And we've even got a couple of Fogmen. Wait a minute. Looks like a couple of these guys actually just fell off their turrets. Get back in there, boys. Let's get Fog Prince out here because he is by far the best at combat, and he can even just stand in here whilst the interlopers attempt to... Wait, I think I am being shot. I need to get back in. I had no plan for that. Give me a minute. He can usually stand out there and fend off invaders whilst the turrets rain down their flurry of blows from above, so that is nice to see. And look, when you get inside, you've got your economy, you've got other Fogmen supporting him. It's a team effort, man. But it looks like most people just lie there. They don't even get past the front gate, so I am defended before I even really feel endangered, so that's great. All right, despite all that, even still, when people get through, our toughness is just so weak. This is the one stat I need better, so I'm actually sending out each Fogman one by one to Skinner's Roam to go fight all of the hungry bandits out there. Let's just let you get hit. It's fine. You need to get tougher so that you can withstand more attacks, being beaten more. We have to get tougher. You'll wake up from that soon. Look, you got so much tougher from that. Now, that does raise the knockout point. It's at -25 right now, so that's great. These guys can just withstand a little bit more punishment, and that's kind of necessary for where we live. We live in a pretty rough neighborhood, actually, and it is quite bad in here. People keep attacking our front door, and we need constant surveillance, so it's necessary. It's absolutely necessary. Once again, this is quite the field trip because our outpost is here, but we have to go all the way over here to do this toughness training, but it's only where I find these... Well, this isn't a big group of hungry bandits, but there are bigger ones. This is a decent one. I've been looking around for a while. We just need these big groups of NPCs to train toughness. All right, you've been knocked out for a while, but yeah, see, only 18 toughness. I can send them out here safely without being afraid they're going to get really badly hurt. Or worse from the Holy Nation. There, buddy. Just keep your face in the sand a little bit longer. When you get up, you might feel a whole lot better. When invaders inhabited the lands, and a time of great gnashing of teeth and wailing ensued, where then was the magnanimous man? Where were you when Mount Fuji was formed out of terra firma? So too, during times of austerity, the soul retreats to the landscape of the heart. Shaping the inner horizons yields character boundless, formless, and hard like the scales of the armadillo. Alright, as they say, the beatings will continue until morale improves, or in this case, toughness. Get in there, buddy. We're all rooting for you. You just have to be tougher. Alright, unconscious for another 7 seconds. I've been sending Fogmen over here one by one with bedrolls. When you send them together, it's not quite the same, so we sort of have to do it one by one. And gradually, everyone's toughness is improving. 33, 45, 36, 32. Toughness is getting better. You know, it isn't very good to start, but it is getting better. Look at these numbers, people. These numbers are going up. Fog Prince is still obviously the toughest at 76, but hang in there, buddy. We're all rooting for you. Just don't die. And would you look at that, it appears as if the Holy Nation and some Sheks have started a tussle outside of our base. We don't even have to deal with the threats anymore. People are just coming and lining up, and you know what? They're fighting while they're standing outside. This is getting much better, except I think the Sheks are winning. We have to go back to the turrets. There are a lot of them, but we could take maybe their armor when they're done. What did I tell you? The armor is ours for the having of. Look at how distinguished our Fog Prince is looking now in his What is it? It's Holy Paladin armor. Technically, I'm in disguise, so I'm indistinguishable from other members of the Holy Nation. I don't know about you, but I can hardly even tell that that's not a Holy Nation guard. It's such an effective strategy. We will be transitioning over from our ninja armor, which honestly wasn't as good, into Holy Nation armor. And we've got these Shek samurai leg plates. Let me just pull this up right here. So we've got, this is pretty good stuff. It's really not very good quality, but hey, there's a lot of it, and it's essentially for free because we take it off of other people, and we've got quite a lot of them down there. Along with that, holy chest plates and bucket zukins, which is very effective. Slightly better armor, and, well, in case if anyone gets into the compound, it keeps us just a little bit more alive. Not to mention, I just think that gazing down at the portraits of all of my Fogmen, they just look so handsome and strapping in the Holy Nation armor, don't you think? Don't question it. They do. Everyone, take a moment to pay your respects to our savior. It's Fog Prince. He is now in high paladin armor. Look at that. Look how handsome and strong he appears in his high paladin armor. Now, keep in mind, if I run him out past Holy Nation people, he will actually be perfectly in disguise. They won't even attack me, despite the fact that I'm a Fogman, because they will think, "Greetings, brother," when I pass them. Let me see if I can find some of them. Well, we'll get to it later on when we get more paladin armor for the rest of our people. We are all just paladins working for Holy Lord Phoenix, of course, now. Just another regular Holy Nation outpost. Nothing to see here. Please back away. So your adversaries have decided to set fire to your fields. Let them. Your barns razed. Let them also be. Like a wolf in sheep's clothing, the wiles of the superior man are boundless, formless. So said the wolf to the sheep. Am I not one of you? Alright, on that note, I've decided to take our people out here to the holy farms. Once again, we had attacked them once, but now, well, so many of us are getting better at combat. I thought, why not go on the hunt? We are going to attack a holy farm and see if we can start to take over this land. Or at the very least, just withstand better combats against them. So come, my gaggle of pals, let us attack the farm. Away we go. Not many people are still alive here, so we are just going to attack these farm animals, and oh no, it looks like they're doing a lot of damage to us. Well, we're damaging them too. That's okay, it'll probably be good for our toughness as we handle this. Oh my goodness, this thing really means business, but it's okay, we have so much better armor now to withstand their maulings. Hopefully, we will get a little bit of experience out of this. I'm just trying to get low-level fights, although this is somewhat... it's a little bit dangerous. I mean, these things are strong. They're tough. All right, one down. Let me get the rest of them. After that, I mean, there's not really anyone left defending this holy farm. It's pretty much ours for the having of. Okay, once again, I have returned to hang to take some limbs, and hopefully I will get some because we keep losing things in combat. And this is too bad. I have gone to jail. Boo-hoo, I guess I get what I deserve. Never mind, I'm free. And I'm leaving. I don't want to be here. I'd rather be somewhere else. Ooh, there's a lot of you here. All right, and I got 3 arms. 3 arms I'm leaving with. More than I even need. More than I know what to do with. All right, 3 and... ooh, left arms. For some reason, everyone keeps losing the left arm. I guess because it's offhand. Well, whatever. I'm still running at 23 miles an hour. You can't catch me. I cannot be caught. I'm going home with my new arms. Look at this man go. I have one need, and that's a need for speed. Alright, we are back at the base now, and we have got Holy Nation armor for just about everyone. You can see all of the floating pairs of pants in the air over here. We have removed our drifter's clothing. We did look, I will say, really cool as ninjas, but I think it is just much more interesting to be here as the completely normal Holy Nation outpost patrol. That's what we are. Don't look too closely. These aren't skeleton arms. These are just, medical devices. That's all we need these for. They're totally fine. We aren't skeletons. We aren't hivers. We are just normal Holy Nation guardsmen. Please keep moving. Don't look too closely. And yeah, I mean, that does technically keep us in disguise from the Holy Nation faction. Sometimes they do just pass by the front like nothing abnormal over there. And that's totally fine with me. Look, this is terribly weird now. All these high paladins over there, and they're like, nothing to see over there. These guys are just regular Holy Nation paladins. Let's just join up with our brethren. We can't follow them, unfortunately. What if we attack them? They're just like, oh, what's your problem? Look, the rest of them don't even attack me. They're like, oh, this is so odd. Just more regular Holy Nation guys trying to start a fight. They don't see me as a threat at all. I think we really have to fight to provoke these guys. I actually kind of want to keep fighting the Holy Nation. Yeah, just one of them runs away. Nothing weird to see over there. Okay, I guess we're more or less officially members of the Holy Nation now, ironically. I mean, we do blend in really well. Wow, look at all of the high paladin armor we've jacked from these guys. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. To add to that, look how we're actually fighting the escaped servants. They truly do perceive us not only as Fogmen, but also members of the Holy Nation now. So, I mean, I guess we gotta pick our battles. We're still not very good at combat. Oh, man. I mean, we still even struggle in some fights against hungry bandits, but hey, every time we get hit, we get a little bit tougher, I suppose, so... And this is no good. I have just caught word of some Sheks leaving Squin to get revenge for their fallen brethren. It wasn't just me, other people did it too, but these guys really dislike me, and that's too bad because they are very strong, and that's why we have 2 gates. Prepare the defenses, the Sheks are coming, and they mean business. They are crossing the river, and they are displeased with us. Oh, and it's right after River Raptors took down the first gate. That is no good. Here they come, and there's quite a lot of them. Look at them go. Where is Fog Prince? Let's get everyone to the gates. How do you like your fame, enemy? We don't like it. We're not famous. I don't know what you're talking about. But your glory is still mine. We want no glory. We want no part in that. We're just regular citizens. This is bad. This is quite bad. They're coming in, and they are very strong. Can we even hit these guys for decent numbers? 12. That's no good. They have good armor, too. Well, do your worst. Please don't destroy the wall. That was very expensive. All right, this is why we trained toughness. How did the administrator respond when Mongoloids stood at the gates? It is the impulse of the lesser man to resist. It is the way of the greatest nation to absorb the conflict. In this and many other matters, there are no adversaries, only guests. Well, this is no good. After being repeatedly beaten by Sheks, they are really good at their job, it has become evident. So I've just opened the gates to our compound and, well, we just went on a bit of a vacation here, and in the meantime, they can fight each other. They can just have my base. I'm simply not strong enough. Holy assault, your outpost has failed. Haha! The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and that may be true, but my enemy is still my enemy. And if the enemy of my enemy should slay my other enemy, then I appear to be homeless. I'm going back outside. We want nothing to do with you. This is quite bad. Please continue to be distracted. Alright, since it did not look good at our house, I've decided to just bring everyone out here for once again, a family vacation, and we are, oddly enough, we are being considered members of the Holy Nation because we're just wearing their armor. We're all wearing their armor together. I mean, I guess that means we can kind of go on a little bit of a detour here. We don't really need food for a few days. We'll be fine, I'm sure. We could always go back and maybe try that assassination thing, but just think of this like a grand family vacation. Good job, other Holy Nation members. We'll just be continuing our patrol over here, nothing to see here. All right, day 101. We're still kind of struggling against some groups of hungry bandits. I mean, I know there's a drifter in here or there, but I've just kept trying to find more groups of these guys. All right, maybe if it's just hungry bandits alone, we can do better in the fight. I just wanted to make sure we could fight against the game's lowest level enemies. It takes so long just to be half decent at anything in this campaign. All right, Fogmen can finally beat groups of hungry bandits. Like, without a doubt. We are stronger now, don't get it twisted. The training continues. We have yet even more bandits. Look at all the green numbers. It's a sign we're getting stronger. But every time we get hit, don't be fooled. We just get a little bit tougher. I believe that one of the Fogmen died somewhere along the line. I think it was during the Shek invasion. It's hard to keep track, honestly, but we'll try to keep it. How many do we have left? We have 16. Really, out of our original group. Well, it won't go any lower than this, I say. Go, Fog Prince, lead your men to victory. Well, not really a very decisive victory, but a victory nonetheless. we've got more bandit demands outside, and we will not give in. There are so many of them, but, you know, I think we've pretty much dealt with these dust bandits. We are clearly better than them in combat, and I think we'll get these guys even before they get through the first gate. Yeah, there goes one down, and they're just gonna start falling from here. 2, 3. They go for the outer gate, but then they'll come in. Yeah, there they go, coming into the courtyard. But they won't make it very far from here, and there they go, falling. All right, this is a much better defensive structure, because we still are somewhat weak. I mean, we're very weak. We're Fogmen. Unfortunately, we are somewhat stuck and will never be really that good at, well, anything other than running away and being beaten. But if we hide behind a wall, this we are pretty good at. All right, I've taken Holy Inquisitor armor to be extra spicy here. And I've sent over Fog Prince to train against, you just gotta move a little bit, Fog Prince. They can't quite get to you. These beak things have very strong necks. However, Fog Prince is only blocking, and this is slightly improving his melee defense. He actually just about cannot be hit at all, so I can just run away if anything goes wrong, ironically. Just keep moving around. Give them a chance to hit you. You gotta. And slowly but surely, that is going to train his block. I might have to do it with other Fogmen, because I think he's actually just really good at it now, and, well, it is a decent way to train defense, because they are relentless, these beak things. There we go, 60, it's slightly rising. I might need to do it with other guys, though. Alright, with all that, I've brought in everyone else. We are fighting more Holy Sentinels now. We're gonna try to take over a mine. We've done enough defending at our base, enough training, that now I think the Holy Farms are more or less ours. We want to come after a mine, though, next, so I'm going after the bases and the mines, just because we need to keep upping the threat level if we want to sort of... Okay, good. We can actually take out a couple of Holy Nation guards now. We've got their armor, we've got their gear, and we can withstand blows from them in combat for an extended period of time. We are getting a little bit better, you gotta admit. I've chosen a mine right nearby the Foglands so that we have somewhere to run in case if things go bad, and we're gonna see if we can just fight off the guards here, because this is like a small number of Holy Nation guards. You know, we've held up against the patrols, but we've had our turrets on our side, so what about in hand-to-hand combat? And we seem to be getting enough green numbers here. It looks like we do get swung at. Occasionally, one blow gets through, but there's enough of us that, well, we're okay until a guard comes along, but see there, 21 we got hit for, but we hit him for only 16, so we're not really swinging as hard. But hey, you know, I mean, we're holding up in combat, and that's usually a great place to train, is against enemies of a similar level or higher level than you. Nobody that's so easy to take out like the Hungry Bandits. See, that wasn't good. All right, now we've got another guard coming. I'll be right back. I've just got to maybe renegotiate this for a minute. Yeah, one guy went down. All right, we're in, and we finally got the camp more or less locked down. A lot of guys went down in here, but, I mean, we got every guard out of the way. Where's Fog Prince? He's doing okay. We just got to heal up the rest of the squad. It has just been a lot of fighting in here. I had to take off my armor just to get a little bit more loose and limber here, and we've got one more guy back in this room. Okay, I'm probably going to need some backup here. Let's get everybody in. But, I mean, we get access to their grain stores and all of their extra materials, so this is nice. We can bring some of this stuff back to our base if we need it. It's just nice to know that we're actually able to take over more or less all of a Holy Nation outpost here. See, this one might actually backfire because they just sent over a patrol, but I'm just gonna finish this off and then maybe bring our guys back home. We probably can't stay here because when their patrols come, they're not too happy with it, and if there's an Inquisitor, we are in big trouble, but, well, that is to say, it's making everyone a lot tougher. I've got one more Fogman right here. There's just a couple of them left that haven't fully leveled up their toughness. 28. I just need them to have a lower KO point, so I'm not worried in combat about them. Look at this man. Both arms mechanical, and he's still pretty tough. Oh no, they got my cooked vegetables. Oh well, I get up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 28 to 34 toughness. I just gotta keep using this exploit because you gotta keep track of your Fogmen. You gotta keep them alive at the least. Back at the base, everyone's toughness is more or less trained up. We actually held off a ninja bandit raid here, so we didn't even need to leave our homes this time. We are just holding them off. I mean, if nothing else, we have asserted our dominance, and this is clearly our land now. No one can really take this from us, probably with the exception of the Sheks. They're very strong, but I mean, Holy Nation, ninjas, hungry bandits, dust bandits, that's a lot of people we can cross off the list. What are you doing over there? That is crazy. But finally, we've squatted on this land long enough that we are more or less its owners. What is ownership? Noun, ownership, plural, ownerships. The act, state, or right of possessing something. The ownership of land. This is the meaning of ownership. Alright, I'm just taking a quick scan of my Fogmen's toughness. This has really been the area. 39, 45, 38, 44, 41, 35, 33. Alright, whoever has the lowest toughness is just going out to train and practice, but I guess 33 is the lowest, but that's decent. I mean, that's a good knockout point, so, you know, we can work with that, at least, and not be worried that somebody's going to perish in combat. My friends, the time has come to attack yet another mine. So many people would keep us out of their mines, but we will have none of that. We will enter your mines, and when we do, you'd better make room for us. It looks like we are actually fighting pretty strong guys in combat here. This is why we've been training the toughness. Die, wicked robot. What is that? All right, these people are not too happy with us. I think we can take out the original, or the initial guards, but it's going to be a bit of a fight in there. But look at these Fogmen. They're blocking well, some of them are blocking attacks. Fog Prince, you gotta defend yourself, man. All right, good. He's getting in a flurry of blows, and that's great to see. Now, the armor does make them a bit worse in combat, but, I mean, it gives them better coverage, I believe, right? Yeah, look at that. It lowers a lot of skills, but hey, they can take a hit better, so that's somewhat important. I mean, either way, we blend in better, don't we? And we look like we're organized more, and that's, after all, what it's all about. All right, it's been a bit of coming and going here, but, I mean, one by one, we've sort of taken over the... We haven't really had any decisive victories. It's always like someone is on the verge of fainting and we have to go home, but, I mean, we can take out a few guards at a time, and for Fogmen, I'd say that we've come further than any of our kind have ever come before. Look, I've had to disarm some of the guards. This guy has nothing to fight with. He is just fighting with his bare hands. Well, I feel sorry for you. We've had to make so many fights unfair, but, well, we're Fogmen. We play dirty. We do whatever we can, because otherwise we certainly won't survive, and that's that. Well, back at the base, just recovering here, they did get through both our gates, but hey, you know, I mean, if the rest of our Fogmen can hold up so that the people on the turrets and ballistas can actually take them out, that's pretty much what we're aiming at here. It looks like they took us down this time, but as long as everyone is just unconscious for a little while, I'm sure they'll move on. Man, it really is hard with these Fogmen. These are some of the weakest units I've ever played with, and frankly, trying to develop more than one of them is tricky, because if it's just one guy, like Fog Prince is actually pretty good in combat, but look at him, he's just covered in, what is that, mud? I can't really even tell. Pick yourself up, Fog Prince. Well, it's fine. Our aggressors have moved on, and everyone is, most importantly, alive. Still alive. We'll get back from this. These guys really are weak, man. This has been a tough campaign, but, you know, we are starting to come through it. That's okay, Fog Prince. Just keep playing dead, and I'm sure they'll leave you alone. You can rescue your men later. Okay, we've returned to the mines for the next of our heroic campaigns. We are slightly less terrible than when we met you before. Fear how much less terrible we... Wait a minute, we left no one alive. Alright, I guess this one's ours. Just gradually clearing out the land, and there is one man still here. We have some opposition we have to take out. At least I can feel like we've done something here. Evil, stop! No, you're more evil. Oh, I guess that's it for our Inquisitor friend. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. I am the Inquisitor. Look how determined our Fog Prince looks. He looks so determined. All right, feels good to be reclaiming a couple points on this map. At least those mines are no longer a threat. The farms are looking good, and we've got our outpost, and it's thinning out here in the Holy Nation, if only by a little bit. Alright, we had an elite hunter assault, and that actually got us samurai armor here, Fog Prince. Just ignore how he's fainted. He can withstand just about anything in this high-grade samurai armor. This is about as good as it's gonna get. We also got a guardless katana. Is this Meitu? Doesn't... Wait a minute. No, I mean, it looks Meitu. Model number edge type 2. I don't see Meitu. Maybe it does it... I just can't... Either way, we're 39k cats. A pretty good weapon. We are all gearing up here. I've got a couple more in elite samurai armor. As you can see, we are looking really ready for just about anything, and we are fending off pretty much every single raid perfectly now. Well, at this point in the campaign, I think we can safely say that our outpost is fully automated. We are producing loads of food, medicine, we have the gate well guarded. It feels safe in there. I feel safe from just about anything that comes by. So, in order to launch on our final campaign here, we have to go on the offensive. That being said, we kind of need to keep our homeland safe here with the Fogmen living inside. We need to keep food in the barrels, but we can supply, at this point in time, an army. And what are Fogmen good at? Zerg. That is the only thing they have ever been good at. This entire campaign has convinced me of nothing more than the Fogmen are terrible, but what they lack in quality, they make up for in numbers. So we have sent over the Fog Prince here to the Foglands, and we are going to, where are some Fogmen? I've actually conducted this entire campaign as an elaborate ruse. That's right. My, 21 Fogmen we have left? They are, well, they're far better than any average Fogmen will ever be, but they're still quite below average. They will simply never be able to, if we tried to attack a city right now, we would be instantly smacked. And that feels bad, but you know what also feels bad, but less bad at that, is recruiting an entire army of Fogmen. So I'm going to recruit the max number of Fogmen right now. I just need to talk to each of them, and if they give me a really enthusiastic all right, this guy is gonna join us, and if they give me a less enthusiastic, just like a then they aren't so interested in joining, but you could just keep asking them yeah, until they want to join you. So good. Everyone is very happy to be here. Well, they don't have much choice. All right, anyway, let's go deeper into the Foglands. Let me gather Fog Prince. He is recruiting men that are, well, honestly, far lesser than him, but they are valuable nonetheless to our glorious campaign. The lesser man feels great. The greater man feels lesser because he does not feel great. The greater man knows that the lesser man is not great because he thinks himself great, and therefore he is not. Thus, the great man employs the lesser men who are actually lesser because they think they are great. This is the way of the great man. All right, we've returned to the base. Let's catch up with Fog Prince. Whoops, I put him into a different squad right here. He has brought back a bunch of these guys. We also brought back a couple of Fog Heavies. These are the warrior Fogmen, comparable to, well, I guess the Hiver Heavies. More or less the same thing, except, well, we're Fogmen and we are terrible and hated by just about everyone, even more than Hivers. I'm going to gather them all here in this assembly location. There's enough food for everyone for hopefully a couple of days. I'll be right back. Let's just send them all over there and send back out Fog Prince. Stop taking a nap. You have to go recruit more men. All right, we're back in the Fog Islands. I've got a few squads now. I'm arming up again. And how many do we have total? We have 256 total possible. I guess I had 21 in my original squad. We are going to start bringing them into our armies of Fogmen. Terrible, terrible Fogmen. Okay, we've arrived back with another company. It looks like we've got some raiders over there. Let me just wait until they get them down from the gates. Everyone stay far away for a moment. Just let them handle the invaders, and we will wait over here, and then we will re-enter with yet even more Fogmen for the glorious cause, the glorious fight. All right, looks like they're all just about down. Let's head back into the base, deliver these ones, and send back out Fog Prince. All right, a couple Fogmen getting hurt or need to rest up. I've created more beds. We have so many fabrics now. We have an elaborate, massive factory over here, but we have a decent amount of food. They'll be able to eat. They might not have an appetite for long after what we're about to do, but I just need a few more Fogmen. We're at 95 right now. We got to bump those numbers up. Get in here, boys. Come to the assembly location. We have returned to the Fog Islands. Look at how many Fogmen I have. All new recruits for the army. We're going to conquer some land after this. Go, go, my subjects. Go with Fog Prince. And there they run off. All right. It is rather impressive to watch them all like that. Look at them go. All right, I've gathered them all in here. Look at this. It is a massive gathering. It reminds me of being in elementary school before we'd go on a field trip. Make sure we have enough packed lunches and bottled water for the trip that lay beyond. Do we have enough meals in here? Okay, they are starting to eat up all the last of the meals. That is a good sign that we have got to get out of here. Look at how many names. I can hardly tell who's who. We have right here in our midst, how many is it? Yeah, we are now at the max. 256 Fogmen, and I've named them the weak Fogmen. We had to separate them out into 5 squads. We've also got our core squad, many of whom will leave at the base, but where's Fog Prince? He will take them into combat, and he is right there. Make a speech, Fog Prince, make a speech! Maybe when we're all running in unison. We have to decide on somewhere to attack first, though. We have to do something that'll really leave an impact. All right, now you might think we are overpowered, but we'll see about that. Here is our home. We can always go back if we have to. There's Stack, Bad Teeth. Those are pretty strong. Blister Hill. So I've decided to come back and take, of all places, Rebirth. Yes, we're going back to where it all started, where we were voluntarily kept in captivity. Will we be enslaved again? Find out now. I'm not entirely sure what will happen. Oh, it looks like Fog Prince recruited another Fog Prince. I guess that's like his second in command. Wait until dawn and then we attack the city. Oh, this is like something out of Lord of the Rings. This is wild. Look how many of us there are. It's so few of them. Well, you'll see how this works out. Let me just wait until dawn so that we get a little bit of a better camera angle. Wait here on the hill. I don't want it to start just yet. Look how many of them there are. I can't even see the names anymore. Okay, day has dawned. Someone should make a speech. Freedom! 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 There's Fog Prince. Let's catch up with Fog Prince. Oh, it's so cinematic and cool. It's like watching ants attack an apple or some large piece of food. Let's see what happens. I genuinely don't know what will happen. Let's see how oh no, it's terrible. Okay, Fog Prince, take care of yourself. No one will come to pick you up if this goes bad. Okay, they are hitting the guards for 22 each. Oh, there's a whole lot more red numbers than green, though. You know what that means. We are getting hit a lot. But let's see if there are just enough of us that we can simply overwhelm them with numbers. We've attacked the, this is Rebirth once again. Well, I mean, even if we don't manage to defeat them, I guess maybe we'll be enslaved? But there are probably too many of us to enslave. I mean, we'll be running the camp if they decide to do that. So I just wanted to attack this place to see what would happen if we went in here. I mean, look, there's still so many of us. Hang on a second. Let me just go get Fog Prince here. This is so cool. Oh, there's just so many of us. Imagine if we were actually any good in combat. Unfortunately, we are not. We are completely terrible, and that's too bad. I can't even find him. Oh no, there he is. I guess he can't even get a hand in on the action. Right, they're starting to get further into the camp. Hang on a minute, let me send everyone in. We're gonna send them across the bridge. Maybe just because I think it looks cinematic and cool. Freedom! 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 Well, I mean, we had our freedom. I guess we were starving to death, and that's why we came here. Ironically, this place wasn't actually, in the overall context of things, so bad, considering the plight we were dealing with. Hang on a minute. I have to go get Fog Prince up and just disarm some of these guards as they fall, because I can't let them keep their swords. I'm pretty sure, like, one guard is equivalent to 20 Fogmen right now or something. It's really bad ratio. Look at those numbers. There may come a day when all you know turns to dust. Wait a minute, that wasn't a very good rousing speech. I need to think of something a little bit more, you know, motivating for my people. Hang on a minute. I'm just trying to free the rest of the... There's a Shek over here. Come on, somebody help us. We have so little skill. I'm free. Set free. Come on, get out of there. We have to get out of here. Well, get yourself out. I've freed you. Okay, good. Run away. Some of them do just, like, run back into captivity if I free them, but I know that no NPCs like us... Okay, there we go. We're finally getting a couple of these guards down. Set free. Let me get this guy. Here we go. You can go free. Oh, man, he's just tying himself back up again because he's afraid. All right, I'm getting messages almost constantly. Alarm raised. Fogman is dead. My men are just dying all around me. This is absolute nightmare of a battlefield. I'm just trying to free more prisoners to create more mayhem. I want to see if it's possible to take over the labor camp once and for all, although you can see just by the sheer number of corpses. Many Fogmen have given their lives this day. I'm pretty sure that almost no one will survive this. This is terrible. Heinous servant repent. Oh no. All right, I see a couple more prisoners over there. I might head over that away. Fog Prince seems to be doing okay. He's just sort of like floating above the chaos, and that's more or less what I want. Did anyone get captured? No, not yet. I guess they're just still too overwhelmed by us attacking. I mean, it may happen. We'll have to wait for the outcome. I thought we would do a little bit better. I mean, I think we did get all the guards, but I mean, you know, other patrols will come. Like, once one Inquisitor comes, he might actually be able to take out all 250 of my Fogmen. That's like how really good levels work in this game. All right, I have a few more I have to disarm right here. See, this guy still got his weapon. No use for that. Put that down. We have to make this a fair fight. Well, it's not fair, but we have to make it more fair. This is no good. Most of my Fogmen have fallen in battle. Fog Prince is just about the only one left. I'm just trying to heal a few of them so that they don't all get taken away. They haven't captured anybody yet, but oh, nope, there is one guy who's behind bars. We'll come back for you later, buddy. Dang, I knew this might take more than one attempt. Alright, at least my core squad is still intact. Let me get Fog Prince out of here. I've done quick medical work on a couple guys. We're gonna come back in 15 minutes. Well, it might be more than 15 minutes, might be a few days. I've lost too many Fogmen. I need... Well, I mean, that worked out both better and worse than I expected. We really made a dent in this place. We took out the entire top. We lost a lot of Fogmen, and we made our way all the way down the hill. We freed many of the prisoners, but that's about it. For 250 Fogmen, or almost 250. I have another idea, and all we need is Fog Prince to complete it. Of all your acts, what was this worth? Take every grain of sand on the shore, every star in the sky, every drop of water in the ocean. All of these I liken to stitches in a great tapestry. Should one come unwound, the integrity of the whole is lost. To each thing, great or small, therefore, I say yes. Alright, I've returned to the Foglands, and I've recruited another 250 Fogmen. It only took me, like a few days to do that. It's a whole new batch of them I've got. No one is gonna expect this. We definitely can't take over a city. That's not possible. But can we liberate our men from Rebirth? From the first, I don't know. Look at that. What is that, even? That's just crazy to behold. Fogman Invasion 1 failed. You can very easily see Fog Prince in there. He's the only one of the core squad left going that way. Who is left from the core squad? We still got most of them. I think I might have sent one guy in accidentally, but he didn't do too well either. Everyone else is either behind bars or just stuck. Although, you know, with so many of our men there, we're overflowing in the prison cages, and maybe this will help. Maybe when we go to liberate our own men, the invasion force will once and for all take over Rebirth, and, I mean, I don't know. If the Fogmen can actually do anything remotely interesting, it would be novel as a campaign to me, but I have another 250 I have to send here, so I'll be right back in a minute. This was not as good. A couple of the Fogmen got tied up. There's some that we've just left back there. It was only like 10 or so, but I mean, you get the idea. Freedom! Freedom! Why have you got blood all over you? I mean, we're not in as good condition as the last time. Wait, no, don't turn around. We need you to go in now. You have to avenge your brethren. Freedom! Where is Fog Prince? Someone go find Fog Prince. Where is he? Where is this man? All right, there he is. Fog Prince, where are you? Oh, he's got to catch up. He was further behind with the others. Go! Yell at them from the back, Fog Prince. All right, let's get everybody in there. And this is quite terrible. They've already got a couple of guards again. I guess we made a little bit more of a dent this time. Where is everyone going? Okay, we have to fight the one man on the wall, I guess. Freedom! Freedom. Let's see if they do any better this time. I mean, unfortunately, it's not quite as many. No, Fog Prince, he's so hungry. I neglected to feed him. You know what, Fog Prince, this is your finest hour. Take off your armor. Just get unencumbered. You're gonna need it, man. Oh, no. Oh, they're all in such bad condition since I didn't feed them. Oh, well. Actually, they're doing a little bit better this time. Not by much, really. I mean, I'm still losing so many Fogmen. Go, Fogmen. You were made for this. I wanted to do this from the very beginning, except it was just starting to get so disorganized with so many of my Fogmen in jail. Let's see, can we get down there? I don't think we'll ever actually take over the camp, but can we even liberate our own brethren? This just got more and more scuffed the farther I went through it. You know, I will say, this entire last battle is just more or less a joke at this point. It is rather impressive, though, isn't it? Like, there is no other faction in Kenshi that does it quite like this. Maybe the Holy Nation, to be fair. they are pretty good. But yeah, I mean, I was surprised. I had so many Fogmen, almost all of them died. I guess I could have recruited more, but the whole idea of creating a base where we just had more of them around was pretty novel to me, except they really struggled in the base, and I was expecting them to be better. So yeah, I think it's entirely appropriate as just a last stand to send in Fog Prince to have his finest hours with all the rest of the Fogmen. Go, Fog Prince, save your men from captivity, and while, unfortunately, probably a lot more men will be made captive. Like I said, Fogmen are pretty good at running away and being beaten, and I think that this playthrough confirmed that. They never really got very good. Fog Prince actually had decent stats at the end, I will say that, although all my other Fogmen were not that good. I just wanted to... I haven't really zoomed in on stats for much of the playthrough. 36 strength, he kind of got stuck with 78 toughness, although he was strong. A lot of the other ones were losing stuff left and right. 58 on dexterity perception. Actually had some decent katana skill, but it never really went up. I tried not to be super cheesy on the exploits, except maybe toughness, because I just wanted to make sure that he would, like, make it through. But yeah, I just think that it's kind of a testament to Kenshi is one of those games that if you play it with a lot of characters, you really gotta be patient. I mean, even just leveling one character really high up without being super exploitative is tough. So anyway, I wanted to see if this would actually be viable. I did try my Fogmensity. It looks like we are just being horribly beaten again in combat. I feel sorry for our Fogmen. Rest assured, you didn't actually, like, even if I'd brought in the regular Fogmen into a city, like if we'd attacked Stack or I mean, Blister Hill would be no contest. They really would have just done us in almost immediately. These Fogmen really are not that good. They are great at farming, and they're great at stuff like that, but yeah, I mean, unfortunately, training equipment goes up to only, like, a very low level, so... Anyway, I thought it was funny for an experiment just because the Fogmen are, like, such a goofy faction, and yeah, they are not really very good at anything. They are fast, so that was nice for running away from stuff, but Fog Prince, where is Fog Prince? We hardly knew the, and I really mean it, we hardly knew well, we hardly knew almost any of your friends. You were just about the only one with any characterization throughout this terrible playthrough, and that's not actually saying much. We love you, and we remember you as you were, and it was awesome when you escaped, unfortunately being taken captive again, but hey, you are, after all, still alive. Maybe someday we'll catch up with you. I don't know, maybe I'll keep this save file. Yeah, I think that this was a perfect playthrough. Hopefully they'll feed him here. I liked the part when they fed us all and everyone actually survived. I totally didn't see that coming. I think that was my favorite part of the playthrough. I'm pretty sure that setting up a city in the middle of the Holy Nation as the Fogmen was one of the hardest things I've done. Just very tricky to, like, not be attacked constantly. Like, having to assassinate all of those ninjas was tricky, but yeah, we really have absolutely no military strength. Anyway, Kenshi as one of the most unexpected factions, the Fogmen. Maybe someday we'll catch up with our friend Fog Prince. I'm sure you'll get out of this one, Fog Prince. You are a pretty skilled guy after all. Hang on a minute, let me just set you free. I want you to be on the run. Yeah, you can totally get out here. All right, we're going to leave this on a Deus Ex Machina ending. Fog Prince is gonna run away off over a bridge into the night. And will he make it? Who really knows? Honestly, he may outrun them or he may not. I'm pretty sure you can go Serpentine though, Fog Prince. Anyway, Kenshi as the Fogman. I hope you got a little more of something you might enjoy from this playthrough. As always, I'm Ambiguous Amphibian. A big thanks to viewers like you who, somehow or another, you always get away. Until next time.